Hello, this is Debraas Love 1 Healer to Row 9 here on YouTube. I wanted to do another video as far as Mrs. Denisha Montgomery Smith, a military police officer specialist. It was said that she killed herself suicide, but that's not true. I did storylines on Mrs. Montgomery Smith back then, 2022. One on this channel here, 2023. And it's still coming out the same way. That somebody who either she lived with or she used to be friends with some kind of way, and a bunch of other people, whoever it was, a group of whoever it was, is responsible. But it's one main culprit that evidently wasn't friends with her no more, or stopped being friends, or disagreement, or whatever it was. She did not murder herself. And that's a smear on her name, on her reputation, to say she murdered herself, insulting her family's intelligence and anybody who loved her and knew her as a person. She just was crying for the world to see, because I saw the video of her saying she wanted to go home and that she was being abused and hurt by others. And her bags was packed. She just not going to turn around and just kill herself out of nowhere. Why would she do that? It makes no sense. But I wanted to do the storyline reading for Mrs. Montgomery Smith, because I was talking to God upstairs, and I said, God, is there anybody else I need to do before this year ends? And God gave me Mrs. Montgomery Smith. So I'm going to do one, but I feel like I'm hearing love for Miss Montgomery Smith. So I feel this is out to her husband and her kids and her family. Not really probably the focus would be those people there, but it might come in, because Mrs. Montgomery Smith was murdered. I see spirit right there. Miss Montgomery Smith, and whatever you want to say out to your family members. She's here in the spirit. For those who don't know, she is here in the spirit. This is holiday time. She would be around her family, but that was stolen from her. Last year it was stolen. This year it's stolen. I mean last year. Let me see. When was Miss Montgomery Smith? I would have to look. I don't want to say things wrong. August, September, October. I think it was last year. Let me just look. I don't want to say it wrong. I really think it was last year though. Let's just make sure I say it right. Montgomery Smith. Mrs. Montgomery Smith. I have to say it right. I'm hearing It's Time to Go Now. I usually hear that song when I go to karaoke. And they put that song on because they want us to get up and start to leave, because it's almost time to leave. But I'm hearing It's Time to Go Now. I'm hearing that it's time to go now. But Mrs. Montgomery Smith wanted to go right then. It was time for her to go now. She was saying out to her family, I want to come home. It was time for her to go now. But as far as whoever these people responsible, they felt like it was time for her to go now. Get what I'm saying? They didn't want her to ruin their reputation or mess it up where they go to jail. So it was time for her to go now. Get what I'm saying? I'm hearing that song. It's time to go now. Let's just see from Mrs. Montgomery Smith. But I need for God to say it's time for them to go, for each one of them that had a part in the murder of Mrs. Montgomery Smith to go to jail. It's time to go. and get where you belong, behind bars. Bear with me for a minute. Trying to make sure I have the year right. Wait a minute. Okay, yeah, I have it right. Last year, August 5th, 2022, in Germany. She was found dead in her barracks. Thank you all in advance. Thank you, Mrs. Smith, for this storyline reading that you're going to put out for your family, because this is for your family, I feel. Because God given me love, so I feel like this is for your family. It's for your family, and you want to say something out to your family, because really the story has been told through the storylines God gave me last year and this year. And that is that she was murdered. And actually, the army knew exactly who the people was involved, because she went and reported it. So they know who it is. The thing is, why they not taking action? Swift action should have been taken, instead of making it seem like she murdered herself. Insulting her family's intelligence, putting a stain on her life. She went to serve this country. She went to serve the country, and that's what she get. That's the thanks she get in her family. Okay, let's just see. These are love cards. Let me just mix them a little bit, and you're going to hear me making noise with them a little bit, because I have to mix them until I hear God tell me to stop. So I'll see which one come out. I feel like love cards is coming out. So I don't know if somebody wanted her to indulge in something that she no longer indulge in. Somebody with Capricorn, a Capricorn, or a person with the devil energy. Maybe going out drinking or whatever it is. But something she might used to do, she didn't want to do anymore. Could be drinking, smoking, I don't know what it was. Being friends or whatever that was with somebody. And she saw it then. I see it now. Okay, what's next, God? And what was next was she wanted to get out of there. That was the next step. God was telling her to get out, and she heard God's voice, because she wanted to welcome in the warmest love of all, because she needed to be treated like a queen, and she wasn't being treated like the queen she was. She really wasn't, because I see the brown rabbit card. That means when somebody got you in the middle. So somebody wanted her to be in the middle. Somebody wanted her to be in the middle. And it'd be two other people some kind of way. Because somebody had some problems there. Wanted some kind of gay stuff to happen. Whoever these people are. She had fear drop. She wanted to get, somebody wanted her to pick them. Pick me. She had a husband. She don't need to pick none of you people. So let's just flow. Okay. You got somebody who had somebody, but they was trying to flirt with her some kind of way or anything like that. And wanted her to be a substitute. Person could have been a Libra, act like a Libra, was interested in her, but she wanted a balanced love because she had her husband. Let's just say. Okay, we got this coming out. Let's just flow for Mrs. Denisha Montgomery Smith, 27-year-old young lady, officer in the Army, specialist, who had lots of life to live, a mother of 3, a wife and mother, daughter, sister, friend, family member, who had lots of life to live. She wanted out of there. I saw it with my own eyes. Everybody saw it. Whoever looked at her crying out to get out. But you just can't just walk out the Army's doors. You just got to, everything is in order like it is out here. Like you on a job, you really aren't supposed to walk off your job, but still you can walk off if you want to, but it just wasn't that easy for her. She went through torture. We saw that when she was crying out to us. So imagine what torture she had that went through when these people came in and just abused her and just took over her. They just took over her. And it's sad. I think a man is a coward. Any man is a coward anyway, to hit on a woman, beat on a woman, and overtake a woman anyway. You got a bunch of cowards dressed up as soldiers, but they cowards. Be brave. In the Army, it say be brave. Don't the song say something about brave? The land of the brave, or whatever it be saying? Be brave. Because you all was a bunch of cowards who did this to her. You wasn't even what you call a real soldier, because a real soldier should stand up. And you didn't do that. That's just wrong. Yeah, she know all about it. Let's say this for her family. These are love cards though, so they can come out all kind of ways. Somebody's gonna be pissed off by what this video say, or the family was pissed off by seeing what they saw on online when she was talking and showing her bruises and all. Or somebody gonna be pissed off as far as this video, one or the other, because I saw the card in there. That's what I'm saying. They noisy, I meant to say also. They noisy. Bear with me. I'm used to hearing the noise from my car, just like music to my ears. It's just like, you know, when people be on the machine at the hospital and you keep hearing that noise and whatever that noise it be making. It's like you hear it so much your ear get used to it. Get my drift? That's how my car is, where I'm used to hearing the noise. It don't bother me. But if you can just let it not bother you and just go ahead with it. See, somebody gonna be pissed off about something they hear. And that would have been her on the online saying out to her mother, and all of us seeing whatever we saw and we didn't like it. Or somebody not gonna like this video. So we have right here. So it's gonna have to be more cards after this. So let's just flow the first card. In the fall time, something happened in the fall time back then for her. Where she was, she's in Germany. So ignore that she's in Germany at her barracks. Make this her barracks, whatever the name of it was, right? She's feeling detention time, right? At her barracks, right? That means she was there filling time, okay? Detention time. It's like she is in jail. It's like she in jail because she couldn't get out. She couldn't come home. Get my drift? Will my person ever love me? God wanted her to have fun. So we have right here, will my person ever love me? This is her card, but I gotta change it up and say that I love my person. She love her husband. I gotta change it up because she know her husband love her. And I can't turn it to the person and say that person wanted her to love the person. I could turn it that way too. Somebody wanted her to love the person. I can take it that way, or I can take it with she love her husband. however, right? No weapon formed against her shall prosper. Some kind of way, some kind of fuss or whatever you wanted, my friend. No weapon formed against me shall prosper. So some kind of way it was a disagreement. We know that. So we have, she is dealing with the social club and the billfold. So I'm going to make the social club the army. Why? Because she got money from the army. Unless they actually went to some kind of club somewhere nearby or something like that. I got to make the army because that is where she get money from. That's money. Passing her money. So she had beautiful feelings inside. Let's just wait for a minute. She had beautiful feelings inside, but somebody was testing her, I feel. Or she is going to test somebody because she's dealing with a caravan group of people here. Right? It's all over with the caravan. So I got to turn this around because these are love cards. So I got to turn it around to fit her. She wanted it to be all over. Being with these soldiers. Being in the army. Follow me? She had beautiful feelings at one time as far as the army, but she wanted out. She wanted to be all over with these people. She wanted out. We dealing with any amount of money. She was being calm. Or somebody was telling her, be calm. So she had to cut the cord on somebody because somebody wasn't godly, wasn't treating her decent and nice. So steps up was made as far as the floor plan. This is usually a job, getting promoted, anything as far as a job or moving to another house. So she went to the people in charge some kind of way and complained. And she made some steps to be able to get out of there, but it still took time to make it happen. How much will it take for her to leave? And she was trying to make it leave because she made some steps as far as telling them that she was leaving. So she did that because God says right behind it, how much will it take for her to leave? She is embracing nature, right? So no one can have you. So we have somebody that had some kind of crush or whatever they had going on here. No one can have you, or we can turn it around to her. I don't want nobody else but my husband. Anything like that. I belong to my husband, or any phrase like that. You can turn it around. She is enjoying the summer breeze or whatever kind of breeze was going on at that time. And somebody was chatting up a storm as far as talking to her, communicating. Okay? Somebody asked her, was she free to talk or whatever it is, or whatever they talking about here. But they was going to feel like they struck a touchdown. Or they did feel they struck a touchdown. Lights are flashing and she needed to see the lights. And what needed to go. And that is, she saw the lights though. And she wanted to let go and what needed to go. But she couldn't control stuff but so much. Because she's stuck. It's like she in jail. It was like she in jail. Because that's what that was like. She couldn't get out. It's like a fortress. She couldn't get out. Somebody wanted to be friends. Can we be friends? So there's somebody who it was a disagreement with. If they was her friend before, is considered an ex in here, ex-friend. Follow me. Ex-associate or whoever this person is. Because some kind of way her and somebody bumped heads. Follow me. Because this is, can we be friends? Somebody trying to make up. Follow me. She saw the lights. They was flashing with this person and she didn't want no parts of this person and a group of people. She is going to manifest her desires, and her desires was to get out of there. She is looking at the structure of what was going on. She is controlling as far as making money. So here she is on social media. This is her card because she was on social media talking out to her family, and all of us heard her also. She is on a portal, any kind of social media. She was. We saw her. So we have right here, she is dealing with the house. We're going to call it the barracks. Here she is. I want what I signed up for. She is nesting. I want what I signed up for. She want what she signed up for. She signed up for what? To go to army, right? She want what she signed up for, to go to army. Go to the army, not be mistreated. So I can take it another way. I want what I signed up for. A man, not a woman. Listen to what I'm saying. A man, not a woman. What she signed up for was, she took an oath. She got married, a vow, and she married her husband. He's a man, right? So she don't want some other woman, or she don't want some man from out the army. She want the man that she signed up for, and that would be her husband that was home. Mr. Montgomery, right? Mr. Smith, then, if that was his name. Because morally, whoever this man is, who was her ex-friend, seemed like, this other person who was an ex-friend, he know morally, whatever he know, something he know morally, something ain't right. Whatever it is, that card go with you doing something wrong. Morally, he know what's wrong, whatever it is. Because he felt restricted. That he had no way out and he felt restricted. But he owed Mrs. Montgomery Smith an apology because she's here in the spirit. And then he owed her children, her husband, and her family an apology. God saying it. God don't bring the apology card in unless somebody did something wrong. You don't say you're going to apologize to somebody unless you did something wrong. Get my drift? He felt restricted, that he had no way out. But she was restricted. And at that time, she had no way out. But this is not her card, so I got to keep it with the person. Because morally, this person knew this person was wrong. He wanted her to take a joyous occasion. He wanted her to take a joyous occasion. But if she would have got out of there, it would have been a joyous occasion for her, but she didn't get a chance to get out to have that. So we have right here, it is nice to want to help at home. Because she wanted to help at home and bring in the bacon, right? Bring in the cash, the green, the moolah, the money. Get what I'm saying? Cash. But in some cases, it won't work. Get what God's saying with this card, with her storyline. In some cases, it won't work. It won't work. In her case, it's not going to work because God wanted her out of there. I said it in my other storyline. Mrs. Montgomery had a healing path. This is destruction path. The army is destruction. Follow me. That's destruction. She had a healing path. That was not for her. That was not the place God wanted her. And she got the drift. When she wanted to get out of there, that's God pushing to get her out of there. Because that place wasn't for her. Look at what the card's saying for her storyline. It is nice to want to help at home. And she wanted to help at home and bring in the bacon. But God says, but in some cases, it won't work. And it wasn't working because she is being abused and whatever else was happening. And she was murdered. So it didn't work. And it wasn't going to work because that wasn't the place for her. It was time for her to invest, to gain at home whatever God had planned for her. Follow me? She had positive vibes. Stamp of her name on it. Positive vibes and the stamp of her name on it is her husband because it's a merge card. She had heartfelt tears thinking about her husband and her kids. She would give a penny for their thoughts because right then that's all she had to hold on to keep her sane in there. Her family, her children, her husband, her mother and father. Because somebody was chasing her. Oh, goodness. Oh, goodness gracious. Somebody was chasing her right here. I have been chasing you. Fussing, arguing, drug addicted, drunk, unstable, mentally ill, not all there. Whoever this person was coming behind her, somebody. We have right here that we got perfume or cologne. If not one of those things, somebody was trying to buy her something. Try to make friends again. Sorry about that. I didn't know that still was on. Okay. Somebody trying to make friends, and that might be how the person got it. I don't know if locks on the barracks. I don't know how it is. People just walk in or what they did. But somebody, some kind of way. Right here, it wasn't her. Somebody brought something, some kind of way, because somebody's trying to be friends again. Get my drift? It said in there, can we be friends? Somebody trying to be friends again. Somebody who she pushed out. Something is far away. She's worried about getting there in time. That's her card. So either wherever she had to go as far as to report these people, or just her, or getting home. Home was far for her, I guess. Wondering about getting there in time. So we can say that she is waiting for the time to go down. It was like she had to wait for time to pass to be able to get there. That was the hold up. She didn't want to postpone an active action, and that is get home. Because she wanted to go home. Far away, she wanted to get home. She didn't want to postpone it, but she couldn't do nothing about it. Follow me? She had to wait. But she also didn't want to postpone an active action when it came down to going to report these people. Or these people, that main culprit guy and whoever else he had tagged on to him. He didn't want to postpone an active action. Because we got seasonal and we got compartments. So we got seasonal. She is dealing with something seasonal. So she might have came home. I don't know how soldiers do. I don't know if they get to come home for holidays or whatever. The seasonal. If she is dealing with something seasonal, maybe she come home on holidays or something. I don't know, right? We dealing with the compartments, right? So we got compartments. So I guess with the compartments, with the army, we would say that they just got things set a certain kind of way where things are structured a certain kind of way that controls things, right? So I'm just going to use that as the compartments in her storyline. But maybe in the army they go home. They can go home when it's holidays. I just don't know with that card with her. Season, because she's doing something seasonal, and I feel like going home some kind of way, a certain time of the year, whatever. So the next one is somebody insisted that they was innocent bystander. They don't know nothing about it, about whatever they being asked about. She might have said something to the person, and they saying, "Well, I don't know nothing about it." You know how people do. I don't know anything about it. But they the main person who did it or orchestrated it or anything like that. Next card is somebody wanted to drive in her direction. And she was going to be waiting, or she was going to drive in somebody's direction and they was going to be waiting. So I really feel like somebody drove in her direction. So if the person said they had something for, they brought a present or whatever, who knows what it was, I don't know for sure. I got a present or whatever, because she might didn't want to be super angry the whole time until she left. So she, especially if she's not a mean person, you don't want to be angry the whole time. and feel all that anger inside. So some kind of way somebody came her direction. Somebody might have been pissed off about her putting on online, right? What she put online. And that was, to her, what she sent to her mother, and it wound up going online about her being abused. And this person here was upset about that, pissed off. Just what the card says, well, somebody gonna be pissed off as far as my video. So we hear right here that she is doing conscious living. So let's just flow. We need some more for Miss Montgomery Smith universe. Let's see. Was testing somebody, or somebody was testing her, dealing with her work ethics. Okay, universe, you know all about it for Miss Montgomery Smith. She's a go-getter, a woman about business, a woman in charge, a she-bear. Okay, she's a she-bear. Okay, let me get this card right here. It says that X. So this said X. So the X would be some ex-friend of hers. I said that back then. See, it's still coming on. I'm trying to get it. Wait a minute. It fell out the box. She needed to drop the X, and she did. Somebody who was her friend, some friend of hers, answer her burdens and answer and let this person go. Something might happen between Monday and Saturday. It might have happened something. Because God said limits were sky high for Miss Montgomery Smith, Mrs. Montgomery Smith, once she got out of the service. Universe, you know all about it for Miss Montgomery Smith. You know all about it for this young lady, for this young mother, this young wife, this young daughter, this young sister. Was it worth the cause? Because Miss Montgomery Smith was looking at that thing. I see the card right here. At that time when she was hurting and talking, she was wondering, is it worth her time? Worth the cause? She was seeing, because tension had brewed. She plugged into tension with these people here. But God wanted her to talk to the millions. And she talked to the millions. When that got put online, and her mother, whoever put that online, people saw that. Because I saw it more than one time. These people, the army or whoever it is that know who these people was, they need to open the doors to gravity and let these people accept their punishment, what they deserve. Because if it was that person wanted her not to be angry, let's not be angry. Let's just flow. They wanted the dog chain her, have her stuck, keep her stuck to the army. They had hatred going on. She had a false and present mind right there dealing with these people. That was false and present mind. God didn't want her in their army. Just because you think you're supposed to be somewhere, that don't mean that's where you're supposed to be. I just wish that she would have got out of there before then. I just wish she would have. And every time that I don't really like looking at her video because it does something to me. That's the only actual victim out of all these storylines I do on YouTube that's about people who died or was murdered or missing. She's the only one I actually heard talking, as far as talking out to her family or to anybody for help. That's the first one and only one I think I ever heard that say that. That's why I think hers touched me a lot, because she is reaching out and talking out for help before she died. She taught me before she even get murdered. Most of them we see pictures or just some video from them partying with their friends or something like that. But we don't hear the person ahead of time. Mrs. Montgomery Smith actually was talking out to her family. And we got to see all of us out here looking. Her reaching, begging for help before she was murdered. So she already saying what she's saying, and then the murder followed. What's hard about that? For anybody to understand that she was murdered. She not going to be complaining and being on there talking about this and that if she going to do something to her own self. Somebody communicated with her. Will you fight for our love? So somebody communicated with her because somebody that was an ex-friend in that army, that main culprit, will you fight for our friendship? The person had a crush or liked her or something. This person, whoever he is. Let's be real about it. You know, men like other people's wives. They like them. People like who they like. Whoever this is, this guy. Because she ain't had to fight for her love for her husband. She had a husband love. This person talking to her. Fight for this friendship. Fight for a love. No. Fight for the friendship. No. You ain't no friend, sir. Look at this. That friend card keep coming out. Look at that. We are true friends. Nah, she wasn't your friend, mister. We not no true friends. She said she is done. I'm done. Whenever she said she is done. The person ain't like that. Okay? She is going to be the extension to her children. To keep her children safe. So she went and she was making money to be the extension to her children. Right? To make sure they were safe. Follow me? And healthy and strong. And food and everything, whatever it is, right? You're a go-getter. This her card. She is a go-getter and God wanted her to go get him or her. It don't have to be a Tuesday, but whenever. So God saying with this card, what Mrs. Montgomery Smith was for her to go to whoever the head of the army, whoever you go to report stuff. She done it, though. This card off guard, somebody was cross-dressing. Real cross-dressing, right? Dressed like a woman. Or somebody just was acting different than what they usually act with her. So if somebody acting like real mean to her, they usually be nice and they act real mean like they're a whole nother person. Or somebody actually cross-dressing. Get my drift. Temporarily, in the temporary times, she was planting her fortune. Trying to make money for her family. What we have right here, I can't be ashamed of what is true. So this is this person here. Because this person was wondering who this person is. Person can't be ashamed of what is true. Person can't be ashamed of what is true. Person was wondering who the person is. Well, we can even take the cross-dressing with he's supposed to have been somebody who a friend or whatever it is, but the person was trying to step over the boundaries and trying to be more than a friend. Right? So you acting like you're my friend, but you really you talking and trying to act like more than a friend. Cross-dressing, changing up. Here he is. You light up my life. He was going to be simply honest. Speedy tongue lashing. Her fussing with this person or the person her. And the voices got switched up here. She didn't know the cause of this person's anger. But we got a bunch of numbers. Could be part of anything from a license to whatever. Anything social. License, door number. Okay. Give me my key. So some kind of way, this, I don't know. Person had a key of hers. Give me my key. And this person needed to go back to where the person came from. Where was this person there? Who was he? We can say the barracks, but wherever he came from. They got names. He might wasn't in the barracks. It might be different names for the different buildings on a military base. He was somewhere, wherever he was at there. He asked for her key some kind of way. If key to whatever. The barracks or car, whatever the key is for, I don't know. God didn't want her to settle for less because somebody had cheating ways. And it would be that person. Because that person wanted her to have cheating ways. She was battling at this police Not battling a war, battling in this army, just trying to be a woman or whatever's going on here. It's time for her to see that she's battling. God wanted her out of there. And she knew it was time for her to go when she came on, when she made that video. She made that video ahead of time to let everybody know, her parents and everybody, something happened, I'm letting you know. And that's what she did. I'm glad she made that video though. Because if she didn't make that video, her family wouldn't even know that much of what happened to her if she didn't make that video. Because you see, nothing been done so far. So if the family didn't know none of that, what she showed, it would have been just brushed aside, and they would have just said that stuff right there. No, this person was full of hatred, and he decided he wanted to put the candle out to Mrs. Montgomery Smith. That is, he decided he wanted to kill her. Period. Person's full of hatred. So we have right here, she wasn't hateful. It wasn't her. It was this man. Here she is, my life. She had to, my life matters. She was telling this person, my life matters. What all she is saying, my life matters, and whatever she is saying to this person. I care about myself, whatever she is saying. So we have right here, if you have a disease, tell him or her. So this person, some kind of way, had something going on with this person. Or this person wanted her to engage. Anything like that, because we're dealing with the army or places where you're away from your partners and you got people in there to try to force that stuff on you or whatever. He's banking on her. She need to check her credit. Okay, so we have right here that she need to cry sometimes was good for her heart. She didn't say that on the whatchamacallit though. She didn't say, I don't know if I saw. I took my other channel down with my stuff though. I just don't know if she was attacked. I don't know. She didn't say it on the screen with her parents, so I took my other videos of her down. I think I had like at least 2 or 3 on my first channel, but this channel I had one, but I don't think I saw that because this is a disease card here. You have a disease, tell him or tell her. So let's go for a minute with this. She had it was she need to cry sometimes. Was good for her heart. Something could have happened between a Thursday and a Sunday. Because she is all by herself there. She was by herself. They could do anything they wanted to do to her, and there's nothing she could do because she is outnumbered. Somebody was amazed that she was acting spicy. This person. Or she was amazed that the person was acting spicy. Take it however it goes. So we have, how do you know it's true that the person was acting spicy? It was going to be lighting a fire in her to let her know this person. It was a crystal layer of hope for her because God said don't be shelving her problems. Because we got this person was yeah, this really a twin flame card. So her husband is her twin flame. Follow me for a minute. Her heart is chained to her husband's heart. Follow me. But we're going to deal with this person in this army who was drawing on her like a magnet. Follow me. Seemed like she was chained to because she couldn't get out of the army away from this person. So she kind of stuck because you can't tell people where they can walk at. You stuck. There's nothing she could do. So, like she chained to the person because you can't get nowhere because she's stuck. I'm bruised. Here she is. This a bad card. This when something bad happened. Oh no, this is not that one, but this is bad too. I'm bruised, but I'm still me inside. Something happened. There's something to her. I'm bruised, but I'm still me inside. She is going to be calming within herself and conquer this thing. Conquer this. So we have right here, it is your time to prove to me. So this is a love card, but I'm going to change it and I'm going to let it, it's not going to be for her husband. I got to change it around for the storyline. Because her and her husband didn't have no problems with love. So I got to take it with her and whoever this, I keep saying dorm mate, not dorm mate, what you call it? Some person, ex-friend, somebody who used to live in her house, her barracks, or whoever this person is, somebody who was a friend of hers. He gonna communicate with the first card. It is your turn to prove to me. So this would be Miss Smith, her, right? Montgomery Smith, Mrs. Montgomery Smith. I know love must flow from both ways. What about you? Now, this is a love card really for husband and wife, boyfriend, girlfriend, but I got to change it. So if somebody's supposed to be a friend or whoever it is, most of the time people say they love their friends, they like their friends, they love their friends, or whatever they say, right? So we got to take this with this person. This would be Mrs. Montgomery Smith. It's your turn to prove to me, right? Prove to her what? That love flows from both directions. That means I treat you with love and decency and respect, and you got to do it for me. Follow me? I got to take it that way. So we have the last one. She needed some shoes, or this man needed some shoes. One of them needed some shoes, some kind of way. But God didn't want her to settle for the okie doke. Get what it's saying? My mind thinking something, but I'm not going to say that. If I see a little bit more something, I'll say it. I'm not going to say that. I got to see a little bit more. And if I see certain cards, I'll say what I just was thinking then. Let me just flow. Okay. See, it all keep coming down to that guy. She went to the hospital some kind of way. Do they have a hospital there? They got some kind. They gotta have something where people go to the hospital. Hospital card. Somewhere. Okay, it says right here she need to keep her dignity. She is trying to. Because here's somebody, this guy, let me into your world. Get my drift. Some man who trying to get close. Some kind of fussing or something happened. Near greenery. Trees by somewhere. She was in a fuss with somebody, whenever it was. God wanted her to drop her burdens. She had fear drops. And she need to let this person stay in the past. Ex-friend, whoever this man is. Yeah. Want to control other people. Wanted her to make him a placement. He wanted to make her a placement, or wanted her to she had to she prevailed, had to get away from it, because this person was dangerous ever since she met this person. He been negative, dangerous, bad. Whoever he is, somebody, the ex-friend. To be on exhibit. Random murder. He wanted to be on exhibit. No, she not gonna be your woman, mister. She have a husband. Whoever he is, I feel he wanted to be her man. He wanted to be put on exhibit. Get what I'm saying? He wanted it to be where she say that he is her man. That's what this man wanted. He gonna make somebody like him or want him. That's what it's looking like with this man. This soldier. Yeah, policeman. Whatever he is. Okay, let's see. I wish God gave me his name. I wish God just gave me his name. God, I know a name just came, but I don't know if that's his name. I just heard a name out of nowhere, but I don't know if that's his name. I heard Warren, but that don't have to be his name. I heard a name Warren out of nowhere, but I said I wish God could give me his name. She went to the office. Sometimes when she did the talking, she talked. And she had to wean herself from a social skill or somebody she was dealing with. these people, group of people. Let's see, universe, you know all about it. It was premeditated. She had to be a realist. It was premeditated. Somebody playing something out. Get what I'm saying? She had to have a Libra and a Virgo mindset. I don't know what her sign was. Let's just go. I gotta mix on this one. The one that's okay. Bear with me. The universe, you know all about it from this Mrs. Montgomery Smith. Beautiful young lady. She really touched me. I did a lot of storylines. So many storylines. So many. As far as murdered people, missing people, all kinds. And hers touching me so much because I got to see her as a living, breathing person. Not a picture of her, but her actually talking out to us. Because she talked out to us once her family put that online. She was talking out to all of us. She wanted help from any of us that could do it. Anybody would do. If they could help get her out, she would have took any help from any of us. If we could get her out of that position. Okay, universe, stop. I need to stop. Markers. She see it now. It was markers. Something. Markers where she saw it now. And what she saw was it was time to get out. It's time to get out. She saw that thing. It was time to get out. And she wanted out. That's the thing about it. Is she wanted out. Oh, goodness. I don't want to be feeling all kind of ways, Lord. But Mrs. Montgomery Smith, she really touched me. That video, it just was heartbreaking. I just wish I could reach in there and just get her out myself. It was heartbreaking, that video. Not used to seeing none of the people that I talked to about in the storylines actually hear them talk. And they asked for help, and then it happened to them. I never had that before. She is almost going home, and this happened. Why didn't they just leave her alone? It's not enough that they abused her and hurt her when they did, but then they came back and murdered her. Why didn't they just leave well enough alone? Because we got somebody with ego problem, a narcissist. Dusty. Somebody who need to come up to par. He wasn't coming up to par. Been and saying, give me another chance to be a friend. If he is living in her barracks, to move in her barracks, or this would be her card. But really, it should be the person. Yeah, the person. I miss you. Follow me? I miss you. I want to come back in there and live with you, or whatever it is. I miss being friends, or whatever he's talking about. He want her pick me. Give me another chance to be a friend, anything like that. See, he talking about the ex, okay? Why give the ex power? God didn't want her to get this person any kind of power. Don't even do no more talking to this person. Bad news. She had to show her worth. Look at God. He wanted her to take a cup of desire. Look at God. God didn't want her to be in the background. Somebody pushing you in the background like you nobody, like she nobody, pushing her in the background. If they got the same, the same title, she shouldn't be in the background. She should be side by side. Get what I'm saying? Just the bottom card. It was a mystery to all that this person had a lot of demons. This person who did this. She had 2 chances. She did. This is her card. To be a star. 2 chances. So her being in the army, she could have been a star. And the next time for her to be the star was for her to come out of the army and do the healing work God wanted her to do. And also, we can say that she had 2 chances to be a star as far as her being a wife and mother and her going in the army. Both of them things, she was the star, right? But then if we go God's way, It was her going in the army and her coming out and doing what God wanted her to do, healing work. Right? And be that star. Okay, you know they cheating. It's your turn to rise. So this is her card. God talking to you, Mrs. Montgomery Smith. It's your turn to rise, Mrs. Montgomery Smith. Right? You know this person lying. Right? Because this person, whoever this is, trying to flirt with her in the army. Somebody. Or we can take it another way. God talking to the family. It's your turn to rise. You know they lying. You know they responsible for the death of Mrs. Montgomery Smith. We can take it another way. So we have right here something happened between 9 a.m. and 9 p.m. So we have at a house, at the barracks or wherever she was at. She didn't want no smoke with whoever this person was. So we have right here that she had to be considerate of her partner, and her partner was her husband. That's her partner. I am not selfish. This is her card. I'm not selfish because I want a whole man. Right? So her husband is her husband is her husband. So whoever this is a person who gay, somebody who messing around with somebody, or a person not working. So somebody had a crush on her, whoever this is. And he wasn't giving up. He didn't care about she was married. He had no respect there. God wanted her to be a sensitive thinker. And she walked away. Because this person was trying to figure out hard, trying to figure something out because look at this mess. Pressure got put on her as far as racial abuse. It's all coming after her racially. Follow me? Are you ashamed of me? When are you coming home? I miss you so. Are you ashamed of me? This is her card. Let me flow with this one. Are you ashamed of me? When are you coming home? I miss you so. When are you coming home? I miss you so. Are you ashamed of me? That would go with these people. There's somebody flirting, but somebody got racial abuse. Somebody ashamed some kind of way. That she is friends with, or they try to make her feel ashamed as far as her race or anything like that. When are you coming home to my heart? That would be her and her husband. When are you coming home? Well, she wanted to just, we can turn it around and say she just wanted to go home. She missed her husband so much, anything like that. But we got some racial abuse going on there. Somebody was going to see if she passed the test. Or maybe she is dealing with somebody there where she was being tested some kind of way. Maybe as far as somebody racially. Might have got along with her first, but then they changed up. Is you ashamed of me being friends? They changed up maybe in front of their other friends. They might was the person might have been arguing with her all the time. But then got around other friends of the persons and then was talking racially, hyping it up and talking against her race, maybe anything like that, where she said, you ashamed of me? And she saw all that kind of stuff and maybe she walked away. The person wasn't treating her right, decent. She didn't want no smoke, no trouble with these people or that person. Person might want to see if she passed her test as far as how she would act, maybe if they talk racially, talk down to her, whatever it might have been, I don't know. Or she is testing whoever these people was, checking them and testing them and seeing as far as how they treat her or whatever this might be. She had to talk to her teacher. So talking to the teacher would be the people in charge. So it's a pick one, pick a career. So this is a God card. Pick a career, pick one. So the army was her career, but God wanted her to pick one. God wanted her to come out of that army. I told you. Pick a career. Come out and do healing work. Follow me. That's the other one God talked about. She's missing her kids, missing her children. Follow me. So we had creamy. She might have been eating something creamy, or just thinking about she could give him some ice cream, anything like that. Oh, shucks. So we have right here that we are a couple for more than just sex, right? Somebody had a blister. So we have, I've got a feeling, I'm trying to think that she, trying to think. I don't know though. That's why I don't want to say that if I don't know it. Because I don't know if the card came up in another one. This person, so this not a husband, so I gotta turn it around. This usually is a husband-wife card, boyfriend-girlfriend card. But I gotta turn it around. We are a couple for more than just sex. So we got, and somebody got something going on with them, some kind of disease or something wrong with somebody. So let's just flow for a minute. We got somebody who flirting terribly, flirting hard. Flirting so hard, this person want things to go another way. Get my drift? She get along with the person, but the person flirting. You know how men come on or ladies come on, and they come on strong. It's a card like that. I got to put it that way in her storyline because she had a husband. Okay, so we have right here that she had to cover that emotion. So what? Because this person's sitting there flirting or whatever this person doing. So what? He had to cover that emotion. He had to cover that emotion. Because she was taken. So we got somebody who really liked her. But here he is. He negative. He is there. God saying he there and he vengeful. This person. Because it's like in a way, this person, okay, she's talking to somebody in a car or somebody by a car, anything like that. Or she was in the car, however it's flowing. Temperatures was rising in all of us. So her temperature was rising, or the person's or both of theirs, right? Your life is your own. Do not force it on me. So this would be her card. Your life, your own. Don't force it on me. Don't make me want your life or adapt to your life, whatever this is. So we have right here that somebody wanted her to just brush herself off. You know how somebody do whatever to you and they say, oh, let bygones be bygones. You know how people is. Just brush yourself off. But she had to let it be her decision whether or not she wanted to brush herself off or just go to the head people as far as them people doing something to her. Okay? Because it felt like these people did more to her than what we saw or her talk about. After that, they might have did something else. Follow me? So we have right here, God wanted her to become groomed to what God created her to be at birth when she came out of her mother's womb. Why? She need to let her sounds be heard loud and clear. But they was trying to ignore her sounds. They didn't really want to hear what she had to say. Because really, she a lady, and really, they don't really respect women. They don't really think you know nothing. You're not going to have a lady telling a man what to do. I definitely don't think in the army they are allowing that to happen. Okay? Why must you tear me down? A person tore her down and built the person self up. She gave up. She walked away that time. She give up again. Don't want to talk or whatever it is. She need to save some money. Here we have right here. Her name is Denisha, right? So this person was searching for her. Well, she is searching for a female, who the female is. Anything like that. So we have right here, this is money. So she is going to be getting money in her mailbox, or she is just going to be getting money soon, or he was going to be getting money soon, anything as far as money. So we have somebody gonna open a bottle, celebrate, because tomorrow is New Year's Eve, so the family might do that, or maybe she was gonna be opening a bottle to celebrate once she saw she was coming home or whatever, if that happened. So it says the mailbox and the money in the mailbox, pension time. Maybe she's gonna get her last check from the army or something like that. It was gonna be actually, I don't know if they have mailboxes in the army or wherever their mail goes. It was going to be in her mailbox, and she was going to be celebrating to go home, maybe, anything like that, or this person. During her quaint time. It say pool time or quaint time. Pool time. That's water emotions. If I see that, I gotta see that other card, and then I'll say something. So far, everything I keep looking at is, I said it from back then too, some kind of way. Seems like a dorm mate, somebody who was her dorm mate, or whatever you call it. I keep saying dorm. Why I keep saying dorm? I mean barracks. I'm so sorry. Yeah, everything keep pointing to this one main person. Somebody hit a crush hard. Crush hard, and wasn't taking no for an answer. Look at this. Are you married? Look at this. It's jumping out at me. It's looking at me. Are you married? He don't care about she was married. He didn't care about she was married. He wanted her to have another man on the side. He didn't care about if she was married. Look at this. They popped. Him and some more popped up on her. Him and somebody else popped up on her. They popped up on her. This man I'm telling you about. And some other ones. I don't know how many. But it says white foods need to go. Any kind of white food wasn't good for her. So let's just flow. Let me just see if I can end it. Or do I go the other direction? Or what? Do I go with the healing of the soul, or just keep being over here? She is going to be that lion and go straight forward and tell this person what she need to tell this person. Okay. Because this person didn't want it. That's probably why she wasn't in the same place with this person anymore. It was time for her to move on. Time to move on. It was time for her to get out that army, and it was time for her to get away from this man God talking about. This person was taking that as a joke, and evidently the army was too, because if they didn't prosecute this man and go after them people, they took her as a joke. So we're going to call this person a common law. Because he is living in the same place with her, I think, at one point. She created a monster with this person. Because she might let this person run off at the mouth, playing with this person, or whatever she did. And it make people feel they go past boundaries. When you let people get away with things, you got to put them in check. And don't let them just go all over the place with you. Because they will go buck wild crazy and think they can do this and do that. He wanted to make her a placement. He wanted her to be a woman of his. Can I just say it like it is? He wanted that, whoever this person is. But he wanted to do sneaky stuff. He wanted to be sneaky. Get what I'm saying? He wanted to be sneaky about that thing. Don't let everybody know, somewhat in a way. But in a way, yeah, be sneaky about it. Okay, let's just see. I'm trying to end it for Miss Montgomery Smith, Mrs. Montgomery Smith. So sorry, Mrs. Smith. Okay, so that's what I'm hearing. He wanted her to be a chick tucked away. Follow me? He wanted this man. He wanted her to marvel at a candlelight dinner with him, or time with him. Number 5, God's number of grace. The reason I love you so is going to show. So this man was in love with her. And we can take this card to her husband. I can take it around to her husband. She is marveling at a candlelight love, being able to see her husband when she got home, and going to talk to him about the reason why she loved him so, right? It was obvious that she be scared of nothing, right? Because somebody was wondering if she had sticking power. Maybe those people in there, do she have sticking power even staying in the army, being in the army, or whatever? Because somebody wanted to bring back tomorrow. That simply means I'm going to go with this person still. I got to stick with this one main person. Because we got somebody who used to be in the same barracks or whatever. If he lived there, or some main man in there that had a heavy crush, was in love or what was going on with this man, and he wasn't taking no for an answer. He wanted to bring back tomorrow. He wanted to move back in. He wanted to be friends again or whatever. The army was a bleep. Right? It say, let's make love to your best song. She is thinking about her husband at one point where she can come home, have candlelight love. Just think about her husband. Let him know why she loves him so much. Make love to their favorite song. It's beautiful. To love is to feel another's heart, to feel his heart and he feel hers. Darling up for a date, right? Once she got home and all. I'm yours and you're mine. So we have right here, she put her all in, right? Because she needed money as far as the army. Because it was static for her. She was stuck, static, and she was still there, still here. Because she is vibrant. And this man that's in this army wanted her to stay with him. Or stay here with me, or let me move in, or back in, or be my friend again, or whatever. She is wrapping things up so she can leave. Telling her husband, I'm coming. I'm wrapping things up, I'm coming. Anything like that. Or as a man was trying to tell her he was coming. Because he's still trying to have his way, this person. She wanted to get to full bloom. No matter, God says, what came at her negative, she always stood tall because she was a soldier. Yeah. This man, he just kind of, she filled out some kind of papers where she got happy. So maybe it's when she went to complain during her trying times, dealing with some kind of water sign person, whichever sign it is. She is focusing on her journey, right? But some kind of way she fill out some kind of papers or something like that. Maybe the complaint forms, fill it out, the complaint forms. Oops. Here she is. I'm gone for good. She wanted out of that place. I'm gone for good. She is going to get happy. Follow me. I'm gone for good. She just needed to be able to get out of there. To make it happen. To show that what she's saying, she meant business. She had to sow a seed out of her pain and just keep it up. So she is going through what she is going through while waiting to get out of there. Sowing a seed for her would be just praying and just do nice things up until she could leave. Because she had a false imprisoned mind and a sheltered mind. Or she had a sheltered mind, but she is dealing with this man, whoever he is, that had a false imprisoned mind that makes him feel like he can control people. He wanted her to desire him, whoever he is. God told her, don't waste your time, Mrs. Montgomery Smith. He was blaming her won't work. He is blaming her. Because She was wondering if she could stop something, or he was wondering could he have stopped something. Okay. She is giving this person too much power. He, she, or whoever this person is. It was her turn. God said, it's your turn. Or we can take this to the family. You giving the army too much power. It's your turn. Or we can keep it like I just said. So we have right here that she is going to have a light lunch, or this person want her to have a light lunch, or she is going to come home eventually and have some kind of light dinner or lunch or something with her husband, a candlelight love over there. Because we got somebody who was single and free, whoever he was, and courting is wonderful. So he was flirting terrible. Some person. She is doing money business because she's in the army to make money. Okay. Why did she let this person hurt her and worry her in her life right then? So that person was like an ex-friend, an ex-barracks mate, or whoever that person was. But God said, why did she let this person bother her and worry her in her life? She had to do God's mission without love making. Okay. You enjoy other men, but I want out. So with this card, this is not a husband. So since he ain't a husband, I gotta work the card. So we got this man right here. She had to do God's mission without love making. So her husband was away from her. So she wasn't able to make love because she wasn't near her husband. Doing God's mission. So she is going to be doing God's mission without love making herself, right? But then we have this one right here on this other side, this man. You enjoy other men. I want out. Get what she's saying. She might, this man, who knows, she might have saw some interaction with him or somebody, another man, two men, or whatever it is, anything as far as over men. She want out, get away, or she want him out of her barracks if they live there, or whatever this is, right? Anything like that. Okay, some kind of way he came to her barracks because some kind of way he got out, he moved out, or she put him out, or whatever happened. Where he wasn't there, or he wasn't around her, some kind of way he came around her, because I think he said he had something to give her, had a present, trying to make a peace treaty, or whatever he's doing, trying to make up and be friends again, or whatever's going on with this person. Here she is. Take a right turn if you plan on doing me wrong. So some kind of way she was saying, like all of us do when we say, well, look, if you planning on trying to take advantage or whatever, just get away from me, or whatever we usually talk like. But I'm trying to use the card God gave me. Okay. He is the person I obligate myself to you. So with this card, this is not a husband, so I got to take it another way. So he's saying he's going to be a better friend, right? He's not going to be, I guess, the way he used to be. He's going to be a better friend to her or whatever. But he needed to wean himself from a social skill, whatever that, something racist or what, or having men in the barracks or whatever this man was doing, something. So we have right here that she is going to sit down with somebody in the office, or sit down with this person here, this guy, or in the office some kind of way. Oops. So, may I have a word with you? So she talked to some business lady. She talked to a business person. So this, I got to put her name there. Or did I already have one for her name? No, I had one for her name. So she sat down with a business lady. Miss Montgomery Smith, Mrs. May I have a word with you? And she did, because she went to complain about these people. And this is the life card. What is the cost of your life, Mrs. Montgomery Smith? This a life card. Do you want your life? This a life card. Not wasting of your life in no way. Because she is to this person. Because this person over here is still trying to crawl in and get in and be a part of her life. Can we really be friends? This is Miss Montgomery Smith, Mrs. Can we really be friends? Because you know somebody that did something so bad, you look like, I don't even want to be bothered. I want the person to stay away. And you might say, can we really be friends? We cannot undo or unsay what's been done. Get what I'm saying? We got somebody who really still trying to push his way in. But to me, it seems like she just wasn't giving in like this person wanted. Look at all these cards. These are my love cards. Okay, Lord, so I'm trying to end it though. Do I do another one that way, or do I just go with healing of the soul? I'm going to take healing of the soul, I feel, because I'm trying to end it. Healing of the soul, Lord. I hear stop. She might have told that person stop. Because I really think Mrs. Montgomery Smith was strangled myself personally, but it don't matter what I think, you know. I think she was, though. I really think she was. Okay, let's put these in. Do I put these in, Lord? Or I'm going to put them in. Okay. Let me just get some of these. Bear with me for a minute. I'm going to get these because I'm trying to end it. Okay, universe, you know all about it for Mrs. Montgomery Smith. This young lady had lots of life to live. Okay, bear with me for a minute. So I can really get a grip on the cards like God want me to do. Universe, you know all about it for Mrs. Montgomery Smith. Because it keep coming out the same way. This guy, the thing is, he just need to get behind bars. It won't go. I got a whole nother set of cards. I'm dealing with my love cards, and it's still coming out the same way. Some guy that seemed to like her pretty good, and that's all to it. We just can't seem to She exists for a bigger reason than what she even thought. God had plans for the lady, Mrs. Montgomery Smith. Because they was holding on to her for money. Or this man was. Unless he's borrowing or anything like that. It was an S show though for her. Dealing with this person. She all stuck in there being a woman with a bunch of men who abuse you. Because that's what they do, abuse you. Because you're a woman. You can't fight all these men. She need to get out of there. That wasn't a place for her. She was left like uncovered. She's uncovered. She was uncovered. It's like you leave your baby outside and nobody's out there at your baby all night long. She was uncovered. She had no protection. None whatsoever. I really, she touched me a lot with her video because I'm not used to. Okay, here we go. Oops. I'm not used to seeing somebody first and then find out they died. They died after they didn't beg for help. I'm not even used to that. I'm used to all the videos that I do. It usually be where the people. I just see pictures of the people. Look at her. She was anxious. The person was blaming her. Opportunity struck. See, we going back to what it used to be. She's scared. She had to call somebody. She did. She called her family. But that just wasn't enough to save her. Because this person and these people had it in for her. She couldn't get around it. Opportunity struck. And they got ready and they did what they did. That main guy, I'm telling you, and whoever else that was with this man, blaming her. Okay. Where did she get this behavior thinking is love? Right? Where did she get the behavior thinking is love? And that would be probably talking to the person a long time, or even letting the person come over to make friends again or whatever. Because sometimes we want to still see the good in people when there's no good in them. Get my drift? We want to see the good in them, but it ain't no good in them. Because he did whatever he done. And then he coming over trying to make friends again. Oh, well, I change up. He got racist in this thing and everything. Don't bring me no present. No, I saw your true colors. He showed his true colors. And around his friends or whoever he's around, he got the throwing that racial stuff out there and it was hyped up. Then he acting like he alright with them when they alone in a barracks or wherever they live at or whatever's going on, and you fine, but then you get in front of people drinking or whatever they doing, and then you show your real colors. But sometimes we want to see the best in people, and sometimes you just need to just let them people just go ahead on by the wayside somewhere. So that I'm going to take this with this card right here for her. This her card, God saying we should get that behavior thinking is love. Trying to get this person another chance some kind of way. To be friends, no. Or whatever this is, right? So let's just flow. Because the opportunity struck. And this person took the opportunity. Because like I told you, she was by herself. It was like she was a baby outside by herself and there's nobody to help her. And then a pack of wolves come. She had nobody to protect her in that place. She had no friends in that place. She was alone in that place. Everybody who loved her was outside of that place. Nowhere near her to save her. And that's so sad. That she had nobody around her who loved her. Nobody. And they just treated her like she is nobody. And by the army or whoever in charge, whoever in charge. Sorry, I gotta make sure I mix my colors up. Whoever in charge didn't go out the way to try to find out what happened to her, nothing. They just went off for talking about she killed herself or whatever they said. You know, so no, that wasn't good enough. It's like, well, I don't need you no more. Oh, no, I think I heard that they held her body for a long time. What did you hold her body for a long time? You said she killed herself. Why did you hold her body a long time? So it's just crazy. Let's just flow. Which one was her next card? I don't know. Here she is. This is her card. She is willing to do something because of fear and force. She is given no other choice. Get what the card's saying. She is willing to do something, whatever it was, because of fear and force. She was given no other choice. Something, whatever it is. Okay? She had to face it pure and straight. It wasn't raisins and lollipops. I feel what this is, God saying she is willing to do, or happened after she made the video. She is going to do what make her feel good and make her feel happy. And that was go up there and report these people. Or whoever this person was, and these people was going to do what made them feel good. Take it however it goes. This man wanted her to be strictly his. See, we back to this person again. He said, what are you going to do about it? He did whatever he did to her, and then asked her, what's she going to do about it? She didn't ask him. Okay. This is glancing at the moon, and this is a job card right here, doing something all day, all night. That's a job card. Right? Whatever her job was, whatever it is that they did, as far as her, what her position was. We got 37. The man could have been 37 years old. We got 7. We got 3. It could have happened between that time or whatever this is. Could be part of his number, his license, or whatever it is, his birthday. She need to focus on her now, and that's what she decided to do. Why won't she say no to being molded? Because her thoughts counted. God wanted her to say no to being molded by people, and being in the army was her being molded. Okay. That person was going to sit down and gloat about this thing because she was a sweetheart, God said. Okay? See, we got races, a racial problem in there. She is dealing with a lot. Race is always going to be here. Somebody need to get a grip. That person she is dealing with. And whoever else was hooked on to him. See, he broke her off like a twig on a tree. He broke her off like a twig on a tree. I'm not going to say it. I didn't said it in the other storylines. God keep bringing it out. She didn't kill herself. So I don't want none of her family to even let that thought go in their mind that she killed herself. Don't ever even think that. Don't even imagine that no matter what they say. Because every storyline God give me, it keeps saying that she didn't kill herself. They broke her off like a twig on a tree. That's a main man, that main person. He wanted to be sincere about being secure. Follow me? He didn't want her messing up something of his, whatever it was. He broke her off like a twig on a tree. When I got trees outside my house, if I break that off, it's not going to live, correct? Some kind of way it's just going to be off and it's not going to keep on growing. The leaves not going to grow on it or anything. Okay, he is looking at what was superficial and what was a cabbage breaker for him. You know what a cabbage breaker is? Taking your dough, your money, your moolah, your bread, your cash. Because he wanted jointness with a trailblazer. And she was a trailblazer. She didn't want jointness with him. He wanted it. So we have right here that she is handing him the enemy. God noticed, man, they like green. She is handing him with the enemy. Get what God telling you. She is wishing for a good decision with the enemy. He was the enemy. Because this man knows that he must respect me. But he wasn't respected. I got to say it this way because this would be Mrs. Montgomery Smith. Whatever his name is, he knew he must respect her. Get what she's saying. But he wasn't. We got racial issues, sexual issues, people trying to take advantage of ladies' issues, racial issues. It's a mess there. So be it. She's dealing with somebody who advises her, a counselor, or somebody who advises her, whoever this is. If both of them the same, it's like in a way she allowed him still to tell her what to do some kind of way. That's what it's feeling like because, or somebody she take advice from. Or if they the same, she shouldn't be having him telling her what to do, period. But she might was. Okay, she's dealing with a resource, and that would be the army, where's literature. Or the office where she went to complain at, and it was some kind of literature. So we had something happen on the weekend. He saw it, she saw it, or whoever else saw it. Somebody saw what it was to see. She is trying to avoid somebody. Strip searching, that means taking off your clothing, or it means stealing your money, taking your money. Him, whoever he is trying to avoid somebody taking off her clothing or taking her money, one or the other. So we have right here that she wanted to be fruitful as far as making money, but she wanted to be fruitful as far as just going home and being happy. But this person might want her to be fruitful. Get my drift, because if he is trying to take off her clothes, he want her to be fruitful. Number 2. Could have been 2 other people besides that man. Okay? She's a conscious thinker, and spilling it will only help her. If she go do some talking, talk to her parents and tell her parents online what was going on. Or go talk to some lady at a counseling place or whatever that is up there. Some place up there. Office or something. Might have a gun on her. I see the gun card. I'm scared. Here she is. I'm scared. But God told her she need to call somebody. And I feel she called her parents. Because she lost her cushions in minutes. Follow me? That means nobody to help you. Whoever she thought was okay with her wasn't okay with her no more. Get my drift. That means you got nobody. The higher ups, what they call them, your soldiers around you or whoever. Nobody. You got nobody. Talking will be the only way for her to heal, because she needed to heal from what all was happening to her in that place. And she was going to invite in the healing. Obvious is obvious. Something come from way back, because racial stuff come from way back. That's been going on before I was even living. But that part there. But then this person was living at her house or whatever it was. I mean, I keep saying her house, her barracks, or wherever this person was. Or was her friend before, or whatever. So, person still had, you know, when people upset, they mad with you still. It's been dragged all the way up to now. They want to be your friend again, but they mad with you. Get what I'm saying? It's like they mad with you. They want to get you back. They want to get a chance to get close enough to do something to hurt you or to find out what they want to find out or what be going on with these people. So, she got a gun drawn on her right here. Because she wasn't shot, they said. So she got a gun drawn on her. And it grossed her out. Get my drift. Because somebody wanted to take that shot to tear down her emotions. And just tear her to shreds emotionally. So she was at the barracks. Thoughts were swirling in her mind. But God says right here, God wanted her to leave destruction behind. Because that army was destruction for Mrs. Denisha Montgomery Smith. Because this is where God wanted her. Healing path. Healing path. Hospital. Church. Helping kids. Whatever it is. Anything that helps heal out here in the world. That's her path. That was not her path. I don't know if she got a son that's an Aquarius. I don't know if her husband Aquarius. I don't know if this man Aquarius or an air sign in general. Or act like an air sign or act like an Aquarius. Or she might have acted like an Aquarius if she wasn't one. But we got a son here that she proud of. Or this person's mother proud of him. Or something like that. When she knows somebody that's an Aquarius that's proud of that son. So we have right here, she was going to get chummy with a support group. A counselor, some lady she talked to or whatever, and probably told her problems to, or the main people that she told about what happened, something like that. So we have, it was a chamber of chaos for Mrs. Montgomery Smith, and it was negative. Because she was anxious. And somebody else was mellow. Because pill pushing effect. Somebody took pills some kind of way. She was dealing with this person. Look around a corner, look around. You can get it anytime. Follow me? This person had a weakness for lovemaking, and she had a weakness for caring in general. So this person could have had some kind of addiction. She telling God, show it away. Looking on the floor for it, and I feel looking on the floor for it might have been her. She might have been on the floor because she might have been in a struggle with whoever these people is or this person is, and she might have been on the floor. And I feel like when she telling God, this right here, show me the way, I feel like she actually praying, because she don't need God to show her the way as far as getting out, because she know the way to get out. She just had to wait until that time. I feel she's on the floor some kind of way, whoever was struggling with her, and she is on the floor, and I feel the person picked her up and put her wherever they put her at. Because right here, she trying to avoid somebody either taking off the clothes or taking her money, but I don't see a bunch of money cards. Because whoever this is seem like they seem like they wanted romance. I don't see a pile of money cards. So, and broke off like a twig on a tree. They didn't fire her. They didn't fire her. They didn't put her in trafficking. She wasn't going with nobody in there. The number one thing for this card is this is a killing card. There's a chamber of chaos. This person was on some kind of pills that the person can get any time. So she in there going through a bunch of chaos with a man, or more than one man, and she couldn't do nothing about it. That's what I'm saying. She's just left to the wolves, because it was like they was wolves, a pack of wolves. One wolf, 3 wolves, how many wolves it is. Let me see. One more. I'm trying to end it. That's not the end. Let me try to end it for Mrs. Montgomery Smith. You know, Miss Montgomery Smith, I've been telling this story since I heard about it. On my other channel, I took it down, my Healer to Road channel. I think I did at least 2 or 3 for Mrs. Montgomery Smith on that one. And this one right here, I did one, I don't know if it's 6 months back. You had to look and see, I don't know. But God is bringing me Mrs. Montgomery Smith to end this year out with, is a person that I mentioned, because she is the only person who actually I got to see alive that talked out. And I saw alive talking out, saying what somebody was doing to her and abusing her. And then it ended up where she wound up being murdered. I don't know whatever evidence they need. What more do they need? She done said who did whatever to her and everything. And it's still nobody arrested. It makes no sense. Let me just see to end this. Deep. Here's nobody went to jail, where somebody should have been going to jail. Yeah. This making me think for my grandson. How old was he then? My baby, he said what he said about jail. He was talking about jail, but we can put this with this situation right here. People go in the army to help the country, but then they hurting each other. Soldiers hurting other soldiers and abusing other soldiers. They're not going in there to be abused or murdered or raped or tortured or whatever. They're not going in there for that. And then when they go to somebody, the higher ups, they don't do nothing about it. Something wrong with that picture. You got to appreciate and love your soldiers. You telling them to go up somewhere and fight other people, but then you're not showing them love on their own soil. You acting like their lives mean nothing. But you want them to go over there and act like everybody else's life over here mean a bunch, but you can't even care about their lives, and they on their own soil. It makes no sense. That's making me think of my grandson, because he said something about one time he said something. I gotta find it. It's making me think of him. Let me just find it. I thought I would say this little one. His mind, but he's talking about jail when you don't treat people right. Let me just see if I can just find it real fast and not be so long. Let me pause. Now, this is not, the army is not jail, but I just wanted to, when I just said it didn't make sense, it reminded me of my grandson when he said something one time. And he was just talking out, right, because I was talking to him about a story about a man didn't get any water and he died in jail. And it made him say what he said back. So I'm putting it with the army. If you're going to, it's like, if you're going to have people come and be soldiers and be a part of the army, you got to treat them with respect. You got to treat them decent. If something happened to them, you need to find out what happened, and whoever need to be held accountable and responsible. So let me just play a little bit of my grandson. He not talking about the army. He just talking about that situation when I talked to him about water that time and a person dying in jail because the person didn't have water and the person died, didn't have water, I think, for 3 or 4 days or something. So I'm just saying, this is the mouth of babes. This a babe, right?
If you're going to have people in jail for doing bad things, why do you do worse things to them? That makes you deserve to go to jail. That doesn't even make sense. If you're going to be a jail guard or something, and then not even going to provide the people with what they need to survive, why even do it? Like, you're basically torturing other human beings. Like you're killing your own species. It doesn't make sense.
He was just so, when he said that back then, when I was talking about that, I just thought that was just, because out of the mouths of babes, right? So it's like what my grandson's saying, but he talking about, as far as a man not getting water, having people become soldiers and all, and you don't treat them right. That don't make sense. You allow things to happen to them and you just don't act like their lives are worthy to be validated, and that don't make sense. So when I said don't make sense, it made me think about my grandson. So I just wanted to put that in there because he didn't just say that. He said that, I think, like either last year or year before. So yeah. So Mrs. Montgomery Smith, she put herself in harm's way when she decided to be in the military, and her life wasn't valued or appreciated. Instead, her name was being smeared. When you say she committed suicide, you smear on her name, and you can't have her name tarnished like that. You can't do that. You can't do that. Because she didn't deserve that, because she went to serve her country. She deserved the credit she deserved. And that's not to be have a story going around saying she murdered her own self, because she didn't. She wanted to come home to her family, her husband, her children, and her mother, father, sister, and her family. And everybody heard that on the video that we watched. And her bags was packed to come home. Stop trying to insult everybody's intelligence. Who is responsible need to be put in jail. The family done waited long enough. It shouldn't have been this long. But God is going to deal with whoever this is. So I don't know as far as the army, when they're going to do it, or if they do it, or how they do things there. But God is going to deal with these people, because God is spiritual. The family is going to get justice some kind of way. God is going to deal with this man and the people who was involved, because God had to work for the young lady, Miss Denisha Montgomery Smith, a healing path. She was an earth angel. God had plans for this young lady, and you just snuffed that out. And that's not acceptable by God. God going to deal with you all, who all was involved. And hopefully the army will deal with you too, and put you in jail where you belong, and stop holding you in your wrong, keeping you up in your wrong, and valuing your life over hers. So it could be, we got the racial going on because she is dealing with some racial, right? Whatever colors you are. I know some white up in there. I don't know if all of you was white. She wasn't white, right? So you feel like their lives is more precious than hers. And we know already when it comes down to skin color, they seem to think white skin is better. Now, unless you just born, if you just a 2-year-old, you don't know that. Even down to my grandson, the one you just heard, he know about race. He deal with race in his school with Mexican people. Get what I'm saying? So now he know about race. He even know about race. People think that people who is white is better. And you got to realize people who white is not better. Everybody's life is equal here on this earth. Follow me? And I want it to be where people look at things that way and look at people that way. Mrs. Montgomery Smith deserves the treatment any other soldier would have got. And she didn't get it, I feel, because she got pushed to the side. Oh, well, she killed herself. We don't need her no more. She didn't complain to you all at the top or whoever it is over there, and you know all about it. Instead of you punishing those soldiers like they should be punished, you want to keep them up in their wrong. You're going to wait until they do something else to somebody else. And then I guess you're going to do the same thing. But God going to hold you responsible too. Because God is spirit. God know who all involved and who didn't take action, swift action, to put these people where they belong, in jail, with that card I saw. So let me just do, hopefully that's the last one. But I'm not in a rush, Miss Montgomery Smith. If there's 3 more, just hook on, I'll do it for you. Because she was one of God's angels. God had plans for Mrs. Montgomery Smith. And he had these. I get ready to say something, but I don't want to say it. Boy, it was getting ready to come out of my mouth. That's what went in my mind. I'm not going to say it. It came in my mind, though. I feel God want me to say it, but I don't want to say it. It seems so extreme. I'm not going to say it. See what I just told you? I told you she's an earth angel. Look at that. Look at that. Do you see that? Earth angel lady. God had plans for her. And they just treated her like she was just a piece of trash. You don't treat God's angels like no piece of trash. You're gonna get some kind of justice coming to y'all, whoever it was. It's gonna be some justice. Look, she wanted to be treated equal and fair. It's gonna be some justice. There's gonna be some kind of justice. God is gonna make sure some justice. Because you mess with one of the ones God had to do something here on this earth. She was an earth angel. Serene love. Here she is, number 1 card. Person could be a Gemini, act like a Gemini, or air sign in general. She is going to be frank with this person. She is talking about it with this person. Person's feelings, person's time abusing Mrs. Montgomery Smith. She is on the battleground. She did a preview. She on the battleground. She wanted out of that place. She is seeking refuge. That is being in the army, being in her barracks. This person was posing as what he wasn't, and he was posing as a friend or whatever, or a good person or whatever, non-racist person, but he was everything but what he was posing as. Right? He is trying to talk her into something. She's saying, no, you can't buy me. I ain't giving in, or whatever she's saying. I got skills. I'm ruined here. This usually when you leave a job. She was leaving there. She was getting out of there. The sounds of her, Mrs. Montgomery Smith, weighed this person down. Fussing, fighting, or whatever was going on. Boy, he just ain't want to hear. See, here's the card. That's what I was saying. I didn't want to say it back then because I said, I got to hear that card. Look at this. She did something because of being forced. You heard me say that if you've been watching hard enough. She was raped to gain force. She is terrified. She recognized she belonged to her husband. She wasn't giving in. So rape, she was willing to do something because of being forced. That card with her storyline right here is, if she was held at gunpoint any kind of way, you're going to go with what somebody tell you, or just getting raped in general is willing to do something because of being forced because it just happened to you. You don't have no other choice. You can't get out of it. It's obvious. Somebody knows something, and they do know. Every one of them. They know it. There was repercussions for her because she spent the tables around. And when she spent the tables around and went to tell on these people, whatever she did, it was repercussions. We got 17, 7, 71, number 7 on number 1. She had to cover all her bases because something was in plain sight for her to see. And she wanted out of there. But these people was covering all their bases, and they did just that because nobody served no time yet. She is feeling protected by this army because it was the army, I guess, right? But that was a book of lies. She wasn't protected. But these people who did it was feeling protected. And it worked for them. So somebody was saying something was her fault some kind of way. Somebody who she was tangled with. Somebody she is connected to. Tension bird right here. She had to enjoy the life that God continues to give her and be happy again. And that was to get out of that place. Yeah. You know all about it from Mrs. Montgomery Smith. So we have right here number 9. Could have a 9 o'clock, 9:17, 1:17, 7:19, or whatever this is. $16, number 7. Okay, we have right here, she is sustaining shelter. So the barracks was her home for the army, but it's not her real home. Her real home is her home. So she was sustaining shelter. Because that's not really her home. Okay, it was a war zone because somebody had a relapse. Because this person was taking pills. So we have right here that God said she would do good teaching kids. See, she got a path card, means she an earth angel person. She a workhorse. She'll do good at it. Do she believe in God? Right? Do she really believe as far as what she hear, as far as God, or whatever situations, as far as the army, whatever they say the army stand for, whatever it is God talking about. It's going to be on letterhead that somebody guilty is charged, and we need that. But she put on letterhead, whatever she wrote, one who did whatever, or she felt did whatever to her. She did put it on there. She told whoever whatever, or filled it out. But this usually be the God card. Thank you, God. Thank you, God. Thank you, God. We need this person. We need him bad. It's like you need how people like say they hungry and they need a hamburger. We need him bad. We all need him bad. We all want him to get in jail where he belongs. Letterhead, guilty as charged. Okay, the change of address. She wasn't sure. Let me say it like this. God said she was dealing with an uncooked dinner. That means somebody who wasn't loyal, wasn't stable. But this side right here, back then maybe some kind of way somebody was living in her barracks first. I keep saying that, right? And they needed to change up and move out, and they did. Or she wasn't sure if the person was going to be leaving, or this is her own self trying to go home. She didn't know when it was going to happen, but she was going to go home. Well, at that time period, she just was wanting it to happen, but she couldn't make it happen ahead of time. I see the parent card. Wanted her mother. She wanted her parents. God said play ball with her life in the best ways. She had to make all the changes necessary to play ball with her life in the best ways, and that is to get out the army and go into a healing path what God wanted her to do. And she was trying to, she just couldn't make it happen. She touching my heart. So this young lady talking on there. I wish I could reach you the screen and bring her home myself. That's just how I felt. It had a feel to that. It felt terrible. And it was heartbreaking. And then to find out that somebody killed her after that, it felt terrible. It was terrible. She is being adopted. And see, being adopted, and her storyline is the army had her. They was her parents. Get my drift. The army was her parents. They was like her parents. They had control. Just like the jail. When people in jail, the jail system, whoever in charge, a warden, whoever, it's like they're your parents. See right here, she won her mother. Normally this is an adoption card with kids, but I got to turn it around for a storyline. She wanted her parents right here. Well, finding my parents even matters. She wanted her parents. She wanted out of there badly. She had to beware of the Lord thinker. She was Lord to think this and think that. Maybe about even going in the army. If not that, just person in general. We got number 601. We can turn it around. Could be part of a birthday, phone number, license number. It could be anything. Part of a phone number, a time, date, amount of money, or whatever. Universe, you know all about it. Okay. It was an intense energy with a popular crowd. Those people, popular crowd. Okay. Depression is not meant for a lifetime, so she had to choose her, and she chose her. So it was intense energy because she was lured with these people at one point. She was scared right here. She wanted her parents. She wanted out of there. But right here, she was lured with a popular crowd who had intense energy. And then right here, she got depressed from it, hurt from it, wounded from it or whatever with these people. But she had to get out of that funk, they call it, right? And she chose her, follow me? Because it was a mastermind in this thing, follow me? That created a shockwave in Mrs. Montgomery Smith's life. Because it was challenging for her. That's why we can't make it. Get what she's saying? You got racist people, people who are on drugs and pills, people who want to make you be like they want you to be. Follow me? Was he worth it? God saying to her. This is to her. God said, was he worth it, Mrs. Montgomery Smith? She had to get some kind of appointment or whatever this is. Right? Counseling, book an appointment, or just try to talk to the people in charge just to get out of that place and go home. Because this person was on drugs, whoever he is, person. She had to get out. Here's God. She's making arrangements to get out of that camp, get out of that barracks. Because he needed to book an appointment because he was on something, a man, right? But this usually be her, the lady's card. I mean, whoever I'm talking to card. Because she is dealing with a Judas card. So she's dealing with a Judas. They like green. She is a wonderful conqueror, God says she was. But she was dealing with a Judas. This person was a Judas. You know what a Judas is. So we have, she needed to see that she was worthy of being treated decent and fair and just get out of there. Because this man ain't see her worth. I see the African American is making it even worse. I told you, it's racist. She had to get back to what God intended her to be in her life. And she is an earth angel. She's supposed to have been doing healing work. But she is trying to get out. But they had her stuck. Follow me? Stop letting the world talk for her, whoever it is, and start to talk for herself as far as being in the army. Or those people in the army, whoever God's talking about right there. Okay, she had a chance for love, to love the self. Because she already had a husband, so that ain't it. She had to step into her queenship to love the self. Think about herself and what she needs. So we got this card right here. The African American person washed their hands on her. The African American. And the washing of hands. This card right here in her storyline is somebody killed her. Now, if she was alive, I can sit and, if she was alive, right? I could say somebody fired her. Or somebody broke up with her. Anything like that. Or they put her in trafficking. I can go all in ways. But she not alive. So I got to go this way because this is a killing card. She wanted to be treated equal and fair. So it was dormant behavior with her or this person. And here's the card. Capricorn daughter. She might have a Capricorn daughter. She might be a Capricorn daughter. She might know somebody got a Capricorn daughter, or we just was dealing with somebody who had the devil energy, right? So if she had the devil energy and she was the daughter and she had devil energy, God just would say that the army destruction is the devil energy. Follow me if God talked about her, but if not, we can go with somebody else. It was a lack of control. Usually it go together, a lack of control out of a daughter. I don't look like that's the end. I need it to be the end, Lord. Let's see. I need to make the end, Lord. I need to end this for Mrs. Montgomery Smith. Do I go back that way or stay over here? That ain't the end though. What did it just say? That's not the end. I gotta make it end. Let me see. I gotta make it end. Wait a minute. Okay, universe, I'm trying to make it end. Let me make it end. The universe, you know all about it. Mrs. Montgomery Smith, this young lady who had lots of life to live. You're one of your earth angels, Lord, that you had here to do a work in this world, to bring some beautiful times, beautiful moments, beautiful words. And she got struck down, abused. She got treated terrible. And at the end, she was treated like garbage, like she was not nobody, like she didn't even matter. That's the bottom line. Like she didn't even matter. Like her life was worthless. But God said not so. Hopefully this is the last one. I'm trying to end it. I need to have an end card that goes with the universe. Let's see. God wanted her to not go on fast like a sailor, but have a wise mind. We got number 2. It might have been 2 people. Okay, she had to acknowledge any wrong she did in any situation as far as any of these people she know, and don't expect it from them, and accept what she could not change in a situation. Okay, so this is a merge card, so she already merged. I'm ready to love you, so I'm gonna take this with she merged, and she wanted to, she was ready to go see her husband. I take it that way. Or I can take it where we got this man, whoever he is, was trying to be her boyfriend. So we have right here, he might got curly hair. Don't have to have curly hair. He not her race, whoever he is. Got number 16, so we can have a birthday, house number, a badge number, part of a license or whatever. 612, 126, 162, 261, 216. 116 or whatever this is. So we have right here, she wanted love, and she did want love, but she couldn't get it in there. Them people didn't care nothing about it. She couldn't get love from them people. She was feeling the moisture and what it took from her. Nothing she could do, and then she wanted love from these people. It's time for her to act though, so we can survive. So it was time for her to act and get out of there so her family can survive. She need to get out though. But then we put it with this person. It was time for this person to act, and whoever else this person had with this person, so they could survive. Because they looked at her as they tried to confuse her for a prostitute. They can give her something and make her do what they want done. Get my drift? Somebody gonna reside in front of, oh boy, you know I like seeing stuff like this. I just need to hear it in the news that it happened. Somebody gonna reside in front of a judge, and it's not her because she's not alive. So we know it's not her, right? Somebody gonna get in front of a judge, gonna get tensed up. Somebody's looking at things that's superficial around leafy green foliage. Trying to give her something to make her give in. Get my drift. Was trying to make it where she be like one. Whatever this person was doing. This person wasn't giving up. Whoever this is. So it has right here that power stays with the wife, not with the ex. I can't blink on mine. So this person was jerking Mrs. Montgomery Smith around. This person had somebody though, but he was jerking Mrs. Montgomery Smith around. It was time shared some kind of way. But she is roped off from this person. Well, this person wanted to spend some time, but some kind of way she is away from this person. Seems like his racial stuff came out after a while. Sometimes people try to act a certain kind of way, but all the time they don't even like you. Or they like you or whatever's going on. Here she is. Oh no, that's not her, that's a male. We got a male in her family. Or somebody that might have been part of this happening to her or in her family. We got a male some kind of way who in the spirit with Miss Montgomery Smith. That's a male card, kindred spirit. because this man wanted his needs met. Follow me? Okay, if you met him straight, you're not obligated to take him back gay. So this man, I'm still going back to this man. He seemed straight or whatever he seemed like or whatever. I think they was living in the same barracks. They keep dragging me back to that because I think my other ones, it was like a roommate or whoever he was. I think he lived in the same place. But let's just flow a little bit. She not obligated to take him back gay, so he might have seemed straight at first and then he was gay or something like that, or what was going on. Detention time away. It was detention time away from this man. God told her that she had burdens. If she was not happy, she had to do things to make things right. So choosing her first was always the best choice. Maybe this person was trying to flirt with her or whatever. The person was gay. He seemed straight. Then she found out he was gay, but then maybe he was trying to pull her in something. Choosing her was the first choice. The person wanted to clarify. Maybe with her, she ended up at a funeral parlor. Here it is right here. She ended up at a funeral parlor. We know that because it's a funeral parlor card. But it's also a treatment card. But I don't know nothing about if this man went in no treatment or not. Okay, it says right here, she was acting doofy, like she didn't know what's going on. She had to cleanse her mind in a situation, maybe as far as if this man, as far as maybe him taking drugs or whatever. It's like when you don't want to really accept whatever it is. He on drugs, he really need help. So you kind of, we play it off. So she's playing it off, maybe. But he acting doofy, like he don't know what happened. But he need to cleanse his mind because he know just what happened, because he was chipping away at her and tearing her apart emotionally or whatever. But she is a pioneer, God says. And we know what pioneers do, right? She was going to do something that God wanted done. But he destroyed that. So he's sadistic, God says. It came out in that back then. He got mother problems. I remember the ones back then. Somehow he had mother problems, this guy. He needs support, soul support. He got mother problems. Family gotta get the truth out of a story. Otherwise, man got mother problems. He devastated her and her family, children, her husband. He wanted her to be his plaything wherever he lived. Don't have to be Canada, but wherever he lived. He wanted her to be his plaything. Okay, let's not mask the smell of foul, God says, because it was foul what he did to Mrs. Montgomery Smith. Here's the last card. Do you really like the way you are? This will be for Miss Montgomery Smith. Mrs. Things are starting to look good now because she made that move, but still, that wouldn't be the end. Hey, it's not doing the end, but it's getting there. Okay, I'm trying to finish it. It's getting there, though. Because that can't be the end. Let me see. I need universe. Give me something to make it the end, Lord. I'm trying to make it the end. It's cold down here. Because she is entwined in gossip as far as this person here. Or he was into gossip. However it's flowing. But it really gossip. It was true. She was saying what she was saying. And there were videos online that should prove it. I don't know how clear things need to be. Stuff all on video showing people stuff. And then they still want to act like they don't see it. When you got eyes to see, all of us saw it. They beating her up or whatever they was doing. We saw it with our own eyes out here. Okay, we got the white life. So that's the white life. Okay, she is on the battlefield with white life. They white people, right? Or people who controlling and dominating. Right? Out of control. Some leader, one of them, some leader, or he thought he was the leader of her or whoever. He is right here, some leader, whoever he was. They had negative talk against her. She was complaining to this person. She was the lone wolf in that place. She was the lone wolf. in that circle of whoever she was with, she was the only one probably looked like her in that circle, whatever this circle of people is. And they just wanted to kind of tear her apart and use her, do what they wanted to do to her and cheapen her life. Like God says right here, they cheapen her life. Cheapen her life, mister, you and your fellow soldier friends or whoever. God gonna handle you spiritually, like I said. I don't know what your what the army or whatever gonna do to you. God gonna handle you spiritually, because you mess with an earth angel, and you don't get away messing with earth angels just like that. I'm just letting you know. It don't happen like that. Not with God. I'm just telling you like it is. Not with God. I don't know what the law gonna do. God can handle you though. If it ain't happened, you better get forward to it, because this is the end of 2023. Stung her. She wanted structure. She wanted to deviate from the conquest deal. There's going to be hats off to her, and she is going down Benefit Alley to leave to get out of there. Okay, she is dealing with a job, right, that she is coping with. And that was the army. At that time, that was the army. That was the only job she had. Somebody's animalistic to her, controlling, dominating, fighting, and that would be this man. Okay, stepping out into the nightlight with a sage. If he wasn't a sage, he is adventurous like a sage. He might have been a fire sign or some person that take action kind of person. Do he really care? She wanted to know that he really cared about being a decent person to her. I guess when she saw he was doing different bad things to her, and she saw he wasn't no friend to her, this person. So I think stepping out was when she got lured and got in the car, wherever they was. I think that's the part right there. Mention me. Is this Miss Montgomery? Oh, Miss Montgomery. Whew. Oh my goodness. In the card spell. That's confirmation. Okay, Miss Montgomery. Because it was over like that. Deep. Mention me. I'm going to mention you, Miss Montgomery. Who you want me to tell your mommy? Boy, I'm getting emotional. Wait a minute. Let me get my feelings right. I feel a certain kind of way. Whew. Wait a minute, Miss Montgomery. Well, Miss Montgomery gonna let it come out of me how something that Miss what she want to say out. That felt a certain kind of way, Lord. I ain't get to feel in a long time. I like when I feel what the people want me to feel, to express, but she really touched me a lot though, because she wanted to come home and then something happened. We saw her live on the screen, come begging halfway or whatever. She wanted things to go a certain way, and then this happened. Mention me. Denisha, tell her, and I feel it's got to be her mother, because always put the mother, if it's a mother, if it's a sister, but I'm going to say to her mommy, okay? Somebody, some man might have been talking to her about eating a certain kind of way. It don't have to be vegan, but eating a certain kind of way. A man, right? Or maybe somebody going to talk to her mother about that. Let's just flow for a minute. It was complicated. She wants you to know, mother. She wants you to notice, her mother to notice that it was complicated for him to show her good, show her love, be decent, whoever this man is. So here we go right here. I had to lay down next to him. She had to lay down next to this person here. And we got the money card, right? So this, we going to put the money as the army. Follow me? Because she in the army. And she get paid to be in the army. She's stuck in there, right? She's stuck. She's kind of stuck. So she had to lay down next to this person. It's like somebody live in your house, and the person who you live with is the person who pay the bills, right? They the ones with the money. But the army got the money. She had to lay down next to this person. It was hard for this person to show her good. National. We got number 14, number 41, number 4, number 1, number 5. 14 could be significant for something. I just don't know. Okay. It says right here, do what she did to this person, want what he did to her. So what she did was go and talk to the people in charge, but didn't want what he did back to her, murder her. It was going to be consequences if she didn't leave this person behind, some ex-friend of hers, whoever this person is, barracks mate, or whoever this man was. And he wasn't in the house no more with her. Some kind of way, it was some kind of division. But some kind of way he came knocking or whatever he did to try to make friends, bringing a gift or whatever he did. Can we be friends again? Trying to make friends again. Get my drift. But God said it was going to be consequences if she didn't leave a person behind, or if she even did. Because we got a person who's sadistic. We got a person who don't like the idea she even made any moves to go against him in the first place. Went to the people on top against him, so he got it in for. He is interacting with drugs, whoever this man is, whatever kind of drug. But she is interacting with pain because this person put his hand on her. He was blaming her, right? But this person was adopted. If he wasn't adopted, he was raised by his own parents, but they did not show him love like he needed. Follow me, one or the other. And that made him a monster. You can't see the card good. He is keeping his options open. This man talking to this person and that person and everybody else. And he was determined he was going to talk to her. He didn't care nothing about if she had a husband or not. Because he took her as easy some kind of way. He was trying to see that she wasn't a mean person or whatever. He might could get away with, get her to change her mind or whatever. Because she is the lone wolf in there. You heard me say a little bit earlier in my talking that she was in there with a pack of wolves. And the number one man was the wolf. See, God saying that she is a lone wolf, though. She is by herself, though. She was dealing with a leader, whoever he was. He could have been just like her. But she still might have let him control a little bit because he is a man, even though they might have been the same, both of them. He need to stop the negative talk against her. Her soul was crying out for a conclusion to get out of there. And we already saw that on the video. Fussing was between her and this person, yelling, complaining, screaming, whatever. The person was in competition with her. Competing. Just competing. He's saying whatever he's saying, she's saying back. And he don't like that because he's sadistic. He wanted to cause her pain. See, she had settled down at the fortress. In the army base or wherever she was, the barracks was a fortress. She could not get out of that place. Here's God. Caution. Because she had a build-up path. God had plans for her. She was an earth angel. Her or this man, one of them, some kind of way, was eating some kind of meat with sauce. So we have right here that this man saying he ready. I'm ready. She's saying no more. Or she's saying I'm ready no more. Like I'm ready to go to the law. I'm ready to go home. Or I'm ready for you to get out or whatever she is saying. No more. And she might want to hear what he's saying or he hitting on her, whatever it was. Either she was saying I'm ready no more. Or he was saying he ready no more to whatever. Something was suspensible. He could come from Europe. Don't have to, but wherever he come from. But they was in Germany, right? She had to be free to make her own choices. And she was making her own choices. But he didn't want her to make her own choices. Because he thought he could control her. Because she was all by herself in this place. See, say she's a lone wolf. He could have been over her a little bit. Or he could have been the same. But he still was acting like he is over her because he is a man and he is a white man. If he wasn't white, he was non-black, whatever he was. Why do or if you allow others to dictate her religion? So I'm going to turn this card around and say, why did she allow people to have rules over her, to control her and have rules and tell her what to do? This, that, and everything else. Because she needed to just say it to whoever this is, what she had to say. Because she had hidden feelings inside. But this person had hidden feelings inside too. Racist and everything else about him. Right? It was no more time for lack. For her, God was saying. But this man felt it was no more time for lack for him. He wasn't going to be losing. He wasn't going to be getting put out the army, a dishonorable discharge. He wasn't going to be losing his money. He wasn't allowing her to do none of that. No more time for lack could go with, like I said, him raping her. So he felt like, he felt like if he tired of waiting or whatever, and he gonna do what he wanted to do. Lack, you know what that means? So we got like them doing whatever they doing, and then it's okay. Okay, one more, Lord. I gotta make it end. Seems like I need an end card, Lord. I need a card. She need to see it with full eyes. He said, you're not going to disrespect me. See, she saw something with full eyes. And that means that this person, the death of anything that did not serve him, he was going to bring a death to that man. And he did that. Because she was crying out, howling out or whatever in that barracks. He wanted her to say yeah. She wasn't saying yeah to this man. He wanted her to say yeah to being with him some kind of way, being his woman, or he wanted her to say yeah to romance, anything like that, and she was not saying it. He didn't want to hear nothing but yes, and she wasn't saying none of it. So I see the beat on car, so some kind of way he put his hands on her. Might wasn't no bruises on her to show it, but he put his hand on her because the car is saying it. He did some kind of way, whenever he did it. He's sitting somewhere chilling, but he need to be behind bars. I need this to be the last one. Deep. Boy, it's a lot for Miss Montgomery Smith. Miss Montgomery Smith, I got you. She had to believe in God's word, not man's word. I'm trying to end it now. Thank you, Lord. Thank you in advance, universe. Thank you in advance for the blessing, universe. Thank you for the blessing, universe. Thank you for the blessing, God. Thank you for the blessing, God. This man be behind bars, Lord. I want that jail card. If that jail card in here, I would be so happy. I got a jail card, but I didn't put it on the table. It's in there somewhere. Or it's in here. Oh, shoot. Wait a minute. Look at this. I told you he had to find other ways to pleasure himself. Because he was feeling about he don't have no time for no lack. He wanted romance and whatever he wanted to happen. But God says she is an earth angel. God says stay on your path, Mrs. Montgomery Smith. Okay? I'm talking. Oh my goodness, Mrs. Montgomery Smith. Don't make me be emotional right now. Please don't do it. This is Mrs. Montgomery Smith. Her and all of the ladies as soldiers that go through this, or any soldier in general that get murdered by another one. But I can go with the ladies. I focus on the women because they are by themselves. Women soldiers, they get murdered, taken advantage of. Because I'm the light right here. I'm the light. Because I'm an earth angel like she is. And I am the light. And I'm going to speak for her. So we have right here, God will help you, but you got to learn to listen. So God was going to help her, but she had to listen to God and what God told her to do. And God told her to make the move so she can get out, and she did that. Come on and go to that training and that class to put you in place. She went to some kind of counseling, some kind of office or whatever to talk about what happened. I feel she did that. So she did what God told her to do. Okay, see, she's dealing with this person here was tendenciously-fied. He was gay. There's nothing wrong with being gay now. I don't have no problem with that. But I'm just describing the cards, okay? So we have this man and his so-called friends was gathering up information about Mrs. Montgomery Smith. Okay? Style is key. And having fun. Something's in the drawer, whatever it was. Her drawer. Or in his drawer. So we have right here that she is nervous with a pyramid of people, at least 3 of them. So we have, she had to get away from the idiot. It was a network of idiots. The next one is she was tattered, and she needed a miracle, because she needed a miracle to get out of this jam, to get out of the army before getting murdered, or even to get out to stop being abused. that would take a miracle because they got things set in stone. You can't get out. So she was stuck in there. She stayed. They kept her stuck in there long enough for somebody to murder her. Sometimes things need to be changed. You can't jeopardize somebody's life because you got something written in a darn workbook or whatever this is. She's been picked on, teased, talked about, talked down to, or whatever. She's intellectual. Next card is she in spirit right here. Here she is. Your loved one is here in spirit. It's to her family. Do not hold yourself hostage to the death of Mrs. Montgomery Smith. She has a caterpillar in there. She had to bend forward. What can you do with a pile of men? Nothing. Not if you're a female. You can't do nothing with them if you're just a man by yourself. She exercised her right to complain about these people. Did you do it? She asked somebody, did they do it? Or they asked her, did you do it? Did you go tell on me? Or whatever they saying. Okay? No more time for trying to impress. They didn't want to impress her no more. They want to know, did you go tell on me? Did you do whatever? Okay, I'm sorry. I was in the middle of what I was doing. I got a call back. Okay, she had to start loving herself because she is being jacked up. Somebody's begging her for money, or somebody's grabbing her in the collar, like when you kind of beating somebody up. Okay, she is dealing with the total community. The total community is more soldiers who were always in the pack, whoever was messing with her. Okay, peace within makes a stable mind. She had to be that warrior, and she was trying to be that warrior, or she needed to be that warrior when she was dealing with somebody who felt he was a warrior. So we have right here this paperwork, this the thesis, what is it, words, the thesis. So we can just put that as a bunch of paperwork and stuff like that, dealing with in the army. Got to go through all this, what do you call it? All this different stuff because you can, before she could leave out maybe the paperwork and all kind of stuff like that. They got things set a certain kind of way in stone. You can't leave yet and all this kind of stuff, whatever. I'm going to put that with that. We got number 6. So we have universe is driven to guide you to your path, guide her to a path of where she go, and she was trying to go. The thing is, she just couldn't get out yet because of these rules. She couldn't get out on her own just like that. Refused to stay in a puddle. It would keep her wet. God didn't want her to stay there to keep her wet, but if she is to leave ahead of time, it would make her have a dishonorable discharge or whatever it does when you just walk out, AWOL or whatever you call it. So she was stuck. But God didn't want her to stay sitting stuck, okay? It would have been better off if she just left that place. At least she would be alive today. Somebody thought they was better than her. Somebody who didn't look like her, right? A relationship of anything that kills her hopes and her emotions she had to get away from. The depth of anything that did not serve her, she needed to get away from, and that didn't serve her anymore. Not when it's like the people around you is tearing you apart. It didn't serve her. Or this person. The depth of anything. The death had to come to her because she did not serve him anymore. Get what the card's saying for her storyline. She didn't serve him. She was going against him, so she wasn't serving him. So we got going to court as far as property or just going to court, period. She might was, or maybe eventually there's going to be some court for this man. Because we got to get on up. Because rape took me here sexually. This man himself might have been raped before, and that might be why he is a gay. Or with Mrs. Montgomery Smith, these people, one of these people or whoever it was, raped her some kind of way and told her to get on up. Rape could have took her there where she decided she wanted to do some talking to some place there, to somebody, whoever you talk to there. They don't like the idea she talking. Did you go talk? Did you do it? Did you go tell or whatever they might be saying? They don't like it. Bottom line, they don't like it. God didn't want her to over talk with this person, no kind of way. Because this person is a loose cannon. Something could be found in the drawer. So something was in the drawer she was looking for, or this person was looking for, or the family. But the family couldn't be at her barracks to find it because they wouldn't dare let you step foot on there. Okay, so she is in independent living. That barracks, that army base, is overprotective about where she lives. So as far as being, she was overprotective, being in there, being probably afraid and everything, not really feeling all the way safe at one point. It was heart-wrenching because she got put out. We got 3 cards. We got 3 cards that show that she was killed. We got the washing her hands on African American card. We got the breaking off like a twig. I told you, and we got this one right here. She wasn't going with nobody. She wasn't going with nobody. She ain't going trafficking, or it wasn't a job. It's heart-wrenching. Heart-wrenching don't go with, I don't know, some people might take things really far because they break up with somebody or because they get fired from a job. But heart-wrenching goes with, deep down, goes with, on this storyline, along with some other ones, with killing somebody, because I saw more than one card like that. Daily life made people rethink and think of things they need to change and see. Okay? Knowing all money is green. God, see, this a job God ain't wanted to have. This a job when God don't want you to have the job. It's not suitable what God wants you to have. Get my drift. Not what you want, what God don't want. God don't want it. She had to look these people, whoever it is, straight, get straight to the point, eye to eye contact with whoever it is, no biting her tongue, and tell whoever this is that what she need to tell them. And I feel she did. The problem is she did it, and the person don't like it. Because somebody wanted to take a shortcut, wanted to know where her mind was, wanted to see what she was thinking, or took a shortcut some kind of way in driving or walking to get to where her house was, or some kind of way somebody was taking a shortcut, touching on her, trying to see if they can go all the way. Get what I'm saying? I'm trying to end this, Lord. I'm trying to end it, Lord. Okay, we have right here, can you help me? This person might have asked her, can she help him? And she said, and then she helped them. Or we have that she might have asked the person for help. Why would she be asking this person for help? He might have asked her, can she help him? And she called herself helping him. I don't know what he wanted though. So we have right here that she is a workhorse. She needed some kind of relaxation time. God wanted her to relax. So we got right here, this would be this person. I wonder who I look like. If this person was adopted, or if he wasn't adopted, he wondered who he looked like, or he wondered who he act like as far as his parents. If he got his real parents, why did my mother give me up? So if he was adopted, his mother, he want to know who he looked like. He want to know who, why did his mother give him away? If he wasn't adopted, he want to know why his mother not supportive of him or something like that. He got a mother problem, whoever he is. I'm trying to end it. Goodness gracious. I'm trying to end it. There's a lot for Mrs. Montgomery Smith. Oh my goodness, we got a lot of stacks for you, Miss Montgomery Smith. Debraas Love 1, giving it to you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then I think I did 3 right there. 5, 6, 7, 8. Maybe you need 2 more to make 10. So 10, what number 10 stand for? I'm going to look up God's angel number 10. Maybe 10 going to do it. I don't know. I have no idea. Let's just flow a little bit. That man was on the down low. Maybe he didn't want Miss Montgomery Smith to, Mrs. Montgomery Smith to tell the other people about him. I don't know. He looked at her as a liability. He didn't want people to know. Certain people. Let's just flow. Hopefully, I'm trying to make this end, but that wasn't the end. Let's just flow universe. You know all about it. Number 3. Okay, she had to be fearless. Universe, speak to me. She was talking to God. So she wasn't going to allow the neglect of herself. So the flicker of the candle, her candle went out. She wasn't going to allow the neglect of herself, and the candle went out. That means that, you know, she was fighting back. She needed to let spirit in, boom. So we have, to please her soul, she knew she must go, and she was leaving there. She was going to leave there. She had to look around the corner. Number 5, 536. Number 5 in general. God's number, grace 5. Okay, she had to pay attention to details and flaws and look around the corner some kind of way, because this person had other people some kind of way. She had to assess things and be assertive. What does mother love feel like? Her mother was not emotionally available at the time because her mother wasn't there with her. Get what I'm saying? She wasn't there, so she couldn't feel her mother right there. So we have, it was wake up time for her to continue her life, God says, right? And we got somebody who need to plant more. So that would be, let me see something. It's got to be her husband. This can't be this man, right? Let me see something. No, this got to be her husband. This ain't his name, but it's got to be her husband. He got to do different things to plant more to make things happen. Okay? Because it can't be that man. Because that usually is a boyfriend, guy card, your man card, and you can't say that's the man. So we have right here, we're going to make this the army, this card. She was hooked onto the army for money, and the army was here, her hooked on for money. They needed her, and she needed them. Help was coming, God says, for her, right? She had to stop thinking she deserved abuse in the army, what all was happening in there. She might didn't tell her family everything that was happening, but God said she needed to stop feeling she deserved abuse and try harder next time, right? In love or in business, and accept it that it's time to get out of there, anything like that. Because we have right here somebody was following her. But to gain for her was to lose what needed to go, and what needed to go was being in the army. Because they was taking her for a joke. And they popped up on her on whatever day. It don't have to be a Wednesday. Okay, honestly. Because competition was in the army. Or people competing and talking down to you, whatever they do. Right? And it was cruddy. So we have right here, attempts to find my mother is senseless. See, she wanted her mother right here. She wanted her mother right here. It's senseless. Get what she's saying? She in that place, she want out. She want her mama. It's senseless though. Because she is dealing with somebody in there. This man who couldn't control himself in his own skin. Fashion alert. She liked fashion. Because we have right here that money in the bank. She'll stamp with her name on it to have money in the bank being in the army. So we got nighttime and we got money. So we might have this man, whoever he is, might have wanted her to make some money. So he might have been trying to do all kind of stuff. Who knows with this man? Maybe he's offering money. We don't know what this man was up to. We got number 7. So we have right here She had to be in God's presence, and she needed God's bubble of protection around her. She needed God's bubble of protection around her, because it was getting outside of that bubble, it would have been destruction. So we have right here, gradually a court date coming up. Yay! Uh-oh. I really like to see that prison card, though, God. I want to see that prison card for this man and his friends. She was a common denominator in this thing. Or maybe it was a court date coming up back then, right? It was going to make a court date come up, and he didn't want that to happen. It could be something like that. She is the common denominator in this thing. If she changed her identity, it won't work with her. If she changed her identity, it won't work with her friends, twin flame, her husband, her friends, or whoever this is. So this man, whoever he is, he was like he was, I guess, right? But he might have wanted her to do something. And if she did anything, it would change up things with her home life with her husband. This man wanted full range submission out of Mrs. Montgomery Smith. Here she is. She want to go home. I just want to go home again. She just wanted to go home again. She wanted out of there. If she needed help, she needed to reach out. But she was reaching out. But they got all those rules tacked in place where she couldn't get out. Activity was on her phone, and it was because she was talking on the phone to her family. Okay? When love calls, will she answer? Some kind of way she might have talked to her husband, and that would be the love. Get what I'm saying? Okay? Here's the life card. What is life to you, Mrs. Montgomery Smith? What is life to you? So this is the death card. It say life. What is the death card? Learning how to get herself from under others' thumbs, because she is under these people's thumbs. They had her stuck there. Had her stuck so long where she wound up getting murdered there. They wouldn't let her out. Well, she felt she couldn't get out. She couldn't just leave on her own unless she had transportation and everything else. And she didn't want a dishonorable discharge or whatever else goes with being in the army. She had to start to rely on her own self and speak for herself. Because it says right here that help was a minute away. When she called her mother and did that, that was help. There was something called missable. So we dealing with a cat catcher, a man who can get a lot of ladies that got drained energy. He could have been high up, tired, or what was going on with that man. So she pinpointed it and complained about something toward this guy. She had to stop keeping this person up and this person's wrong, because sometimes this person did good, but she's keeping them up in his wrong. So whoever he was, here's somebody who he did plenty of good certain times, but she was keeping them up in his wrong, being disrespectful what all this man was doing. When you're just trying to get along with people and all, when really you need to just tell it like it is. But she was all stuck there, with this person. So let me see, because I'm going over with Mrs. Smith. Oh my goodness, did it go 2 hours with Mrs. Smith? Oh my goodness. Okay, you deserve it, Mrs. Smith. Let me just do this one. Hopefully, I'm hoping that this be the end. I gotta make it the end because I'm not used to making them this long, but she's worth it as far as I'm concerned. I care about her more than the army, and she was serving for them. Okay, let's just fly. Yeah, cabinet life. This man wanted romance. There's a cabinet life. He ain't had romance in a while. He wanted romance from a woman, though, because evidently he a gay man. That's what it's saying. Worse. Okay, one more. Stop. Okay, I'm gonna have to make this the last. I gotta make it the last because it's going over. Okay, let's see. Okay, she had to soup it up and get everything together for speedy recovery from what happened to her. She is a mother, whatever her description was. She had to expect nothing less than the best and spell it out and tell whoever she had to tell about the situation. Her parents and the people in charge. It was a sensitive issue, but she needed to tell him the truth. This guy, we got number 1 and number 3. Okay, can I still do God's mission? Right? She can still do God's mission. Can you still love me now you know? So it would be this man right here, maybe. Would she still like him now she know he gay or something like that? If he, anything like that. Or, I guess her husband. If he know that these people raped her. Anything like that. Let me see. But I don't think it'd be her husband. Because yes, her husband will love her. Let's just flow. This man had tendencies for sure. Because this man was taking, this man gave her some kind of infection, some kind of way. Or this man was transporting some kind of drugs and she knew about it or whatever because he was a pill pusher. Okay, he might even want her to tell his business. She might found out something. Something was in the drawer and it might have been pills or whatever this might be. I don't know. She was treating her, he was treating her like she was nothing. She was being treated harshly by others. Him and his crowd. She wanted to be free from the commitment or just being in the army, period. Okay, we have right here, she had to be the best queen she can be. Because this man wanted to talk playtime. That's business or romance. And it was romance for him. Okay. We have right here that she needed more vitamin C, or this man. Some kind of way he felt like whose business is it of you all's. Or she felt like who business is it of you all's as far as the situation they might have been talking about. So she rose to the occasion given to her. No longer will she be filtered and she went on to do her talking. So she is sharing in some kind of group. If it was done to you, would you like that? So whatever was done to her, she went and did some talking to people. You're no better than nobody else. They felt like she wasn't no better than nobody else. It was an S show and it was carbon copy of something that happened before already. So we have right here. She should not lower her standards dealing with this person. Because this person didn't want her as a woman. So she had deep feelings about something inside this situation. So this person wanted her to take down the walls for love. And cheat on his achievements. Right? Because this man wanted romance. I keep saying it, right? So we have right here that she is trying her best to escape this person. But she really wanted to express, but ain't too much she could do. She's in a beautiful state with a foreigner. So we have right here that she had to look with 2 eyes. And what did she see? Because a mirror was going to tell her the truth. And that means that she need to get out of there. So we have right here, she's on the battlefield. She knows she's not innocent in it all. She knows that she need to get out of there. If not her, it's some other lady that know who did this to Mrs. Montgomery Smith. Stop being scared of her feelings. I never felt like this before, so she never felt like that before as far as all this kind of stuff going on in there. She wanted out. I mean, she done said it over and over in the storyline, saying that over and over. She wanted out. She got somebody in there terrorizing her, you might as well call it. It was like ridiculous. Let me see, I need another. Okay, I need a little bit more, because that ain't in right, but I gotta stop it because it done went over. But she worth it. She is definitely worth it as far as I'm concerned. Universe. Okay. Something was seeping through. Ducking wouldn't help her though. She is going to be her, but ducking wouldn't help her because this man had it in for her. So I want her to go forward so she can get on her path. Okay? She is doing some soul searching and she had to check herself. Because we had right here, she got a husband that was husband worthy. Right? But we got some man in there was trying to hook himself onto her. He wasn't husband worthy. He not her husband. She had to see her worth and her ambition. She might have had something flowery and green or just was around some kind of greenery, right? She had to be her own cheerleader because we have right here that Dr. Influence, that was God. So in the back of her mind, she's thinking about God. So we got number 15, number 6, number 5. She had to take heed to what was called to be seen by her, follow me, and heard by her because she was not exempt there. Because somebody already said she knew better than nobody else. So they feel like she ain't nobody special. So we dealing with, this stands for the cops or just a white person in general. So let me just make this the army, the soldiers, okay? Instead of a police. Because they was police, right? She was a police. So let me just keep it like it is, a cop. I don't know if he got blue eyes though. But he don't have to have blue eyes, but a cop. So she got patted down by a cop. Follow me? So he was a cop. So she got patted down by a cop. Or robbed by a cop. Because that's what that card stands for. Okay, so she was living a sofa of her life, but she is equipped for the best, God says. Dormant behavior that she is holding on to, or this person. So she is boxed in a room, in that barracks, boxed in. She is put in a box because she wound up in a casket. This person didn't want to be boxed in, and that means go to jail, or the person felt boxed in period, that he is going to get locked up or whatever's going on here. Or some kind of way she is dealing with some kind of boxes, or this man was. She had a sixth sense about the TP, the barracks. Maybe she liked music. Black is beautiful. She felt she is beautiful. This a racist card. Somebody's talking about a race, talking down to a race, but got a secret here. Tell a secret. She had to tell a secret, or somebody was going to tell a secret. Okay, God wanted her to go home, make some money on a computer. Some kind of way on a computer. She had somebody had choice words, and there was some kind of defeat. So I'm going to cut it because it's so long. So I feel like with Miss Montgomery Smith that maybe different people didn't know that he was gay. Maybe certain ones didn't know that he was gay, or that he was cross-dressing. Whoever this policeman is, because he's a policeman, the card saying. So maybe people didn't know that part about this man. Right? So he thought she was going to tell a secret, but if they tell a secret, she had to tell a secret. God says he needed to tell it, or God was going to tell it on the table. So I had to go with whatever's on the table. Cross-dressing, he gay, he take pills. It's different things I said that would be his secret. Or that he raped her, whatever it is. Right? But this is for Mrs. Montgomery Smith. Beautiful young lady who had lots of life to live. Her life was snuffed out. Just snuffed out. And them people just going on living their life. Partying it up. Having a good old time. And everybody around her just acting like her life didn't even exist. But God is going to handle everybody who had a part in it. Everybody. God is going to handle everybody. God is spiritual. God is going to handle everybody. So hopefully the army will put these people in jail where they belong, because the army know just who did what they did to Mrs. Montgomery Smith. 2024, her family will be happy to hear about some justice is being served for their daughter. Daughter, wife, the children, their mother, her sister, and everybody in the family, and everybody who loved her. They want justice to be served. Do the right and noble thing. When they say noble, do the right and noble thing. And turn those people in. And give the family justice. Most of all, give Miss Denisha Montgomery Smith the justice she deserved, because she went to fight for your country. She signed up to fight for your country. Not just her country. She put her trust in you that you would protect her and help her. When the soldiers be on the battlefield, wherever they be at, I'm quite sure they help each other out. I'm sure they back each other up. I can't imagine how it was for black soldiers way back then. Because my father was in the war. My uncles, I wonder how it was for them dealing with racism. Did they all had to stick together? Or how was that thing? Or you just on your own? You got fellow soldiers, but they won't back you up. I don't know. But the thing is, she deserved justice. So hopefully 2024, justice will come. If not through the law or that way, God is definitely going to give justice. Period. Because she on my channel again, and God told me to do her. Thank you, Lord, for the life of Miss Denisha Montgomery Smith, a young lady who had a bright future ahead, an earth angel. God, you had here to do a work for you that got snuffed out. And you're going to handle whoever these people is spiritually. Because you had a work for this young lady to do. Whatever it was. You had an assignment for her. And it just got snuffed out. Because they didn't realize her life was bigger than what they thought it was. She didn't even know it. Thank you, universe, for the life of Mrs. Montgomery Smith. Take care, family. And hopefully justice will come to your loved one, Mrs. Montgomery Smith, in 2024. Because we all want justice for her and so many other soldiers. Just people in general who have been murdered. But we talking about soldiers right now. Women soldiers, men soldiers, whichever soldiers. But right now we talking about females that really just get overlooked, maybe because they all in there by themselves, the lone wolf, and they just get eaten up by the wolves, the other wolves. No protection. I don't know. I don't think ladies should be in the army myself personally, but that's me. I don't think they should be in there. I don't think that's the place for ladies to be. Not in the army. Or not even on the police force. I don't think that's for ladies. I think they need not be there. Let the men do that. But that's just me. You know, that's just me. Things like this happen. It can happen anywhere, I know, but it's even worse when you somewhere isolated and you don't have nobody to help you. This even worse. This Debraas Love 1 Healer Tarot 9 here on YouTube. This is for Mrs. Denisha Montgomery Smith. Peace.